Greenville Icemen are back at home this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday against the Savannah Ghost Pirates and Greenville Swamp Rabbits at VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena for Military Appreciation Weekend. Presented by CSX and the Nimnick family of dealerships. Join as we honor our military with special jerseys and pregame festivities. Friday and Saturday's game time 7, Sunday at 3. You and your family can take a shot on goal on the ice after the game. Tickets at Ticketmaster, JacksIceman.com, or call 602-PUCK. Iceman Hockey is hashtag Frozen Frenzy.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Coogan Nation. Time to rise and shine and start your day with Duval Sports Media Big Steppers. Dan Hicken.
You know it!
Jeff Proctor.
It's a big deal.
Gosh, it sure is a big deal.
And E to the T.
E.T. is in the booth.
Rise and shine. Googans, go time on a Friday morning. It's a GFL Friday. That's Green for Life. Scooting out and about this morning in those bright green trucks. Trust them for all your commercial roll-off needs. And so it begins. The old measurement, CT. Good morning, friend.
Shot past it.
Doing all that due diligence. So you get, immediately, never mind where they were before they stepped on scales and they pulled out tape measures yesterday. Inevitably, we come up with winners and losers columns. I don't know if this is necessarily a loss. But when you're considering a defensive tackle at number 5 overall in the draft, you wonder if there are certain physical markers that you almost demand. Like if you're taking a D tackle at number 5 overall, is he 6'5", 330, and does all the drills, just, arm length, everything that you're looking for? I don't know if you have to check every box. Again, you're going for intangible rich. Where does that play in? But all that being said, Mason Graham was listed at Michigan as a 6'3", 320-pounder. Problem is, in Indy, he didn't hit 300 on the scale.
That's crazy.
296. His 30, okay, again, here we get into some of these things. I don't know, man. They do. 32-inch arms, placed right around the 12th percentile at defensive tackle, not this year, since 1999. Average 12th, for what it's worth, 12th shortest arms at the position in that 12th percentile group of the last 25 years. Now, to note, this little synopsis ends with, the positive here is that Graham is almost identically sized with longer arms to that of Braden Fisk, which is great, except Braden Fisk is the 39th pick in the draft. He's the second rounder. Safe to say, as good as Braden Fisk was last year as a rookie with the Rams, he ain't worth the number 5 pick. What does this all mean? Perhaps a lot, perhaps nothing. But if you're eyeballing a guy at number 5 overall and he's a defensive tackle, you're probably hoping that he hits the sizes that you were expecting, no? And for every guy who measures a little less, weighs a little more than you wanted, there's a guy who just looks like he's a prospect and he checks every box. When he steps on the scale or when he even chooses to run the 40. That guy yesterday was this James Pierce Jr. from Tennessee. This guy's edge rusher, 6'5 and a quarter, 245. Abdul Carter, by the way, 6'3", 250. And Jalen Walker, the edge rusher from Georgia that you see listed from anywhere from 4 to 10, who dominated the Texas tackles in 2 meetings with them. Jalen Walker, 6'1", 243, Not real big to be lining up on the edge. 6'1", 243.
Lighten the butt a little bit.
Yeah,
lighten the butt.
So, but James Pierce, 6'5", 245. He also, among the few edge rushers who ran the 40, ran a 4.47. Oof. Best of the edge rushers, 4.47 at 6'5" and 245. Broadened the shoulder, narrowed the hips. I said the fastest among the edge rushers. So the tackles, the edge rushers, the linebackers, we get all the news and notes from them. You wonder about the Travis Hunter and his size. You know, how much does he weigh? He met the media yesterday. He made news at the combine. He wants to play both ways. He wants every snap. Look, they all come in bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, take a beating from the best of the NFL for 2 or 3 years, let me know. But I like the moxie. I like the guys there that are in contention for the number one pick. Tell everybody they should be the number one pick. I need that in my number one pick. I don't need Abdul Carter to say I'm just fortunate. I'm the best player in the draft. I should go number one. Travis Hunter, I'm the best player in the draft. I want to play on both sides of the ball. I've been doing it ever since Pee Wee. Nobody stopped me yet. He did not add. But I think when all the corners, all the DBs, the safety, these are positions of need. There can't be a position group in the next 4 days where you don't at least check out what the numbers are, because we have a big-time need everywhere. I'm going to back off the offensive line tackle talk and digesting everything I've heard our guys say up in Indy. The focus has been on the interior, in their narrative at least. Can't fix everything in a day. And it's up, by the way, to the evaluation, the film work, and this new set of staff and eyes to give their, I guess, grading of just exactly what we got. So, anywho, Mason Graham, not 6'4", 320. No, more like 6'2", 296. In fact, looking at let me go down here. For some reason, Cam Jackson of Florida, by the way, 6'6", 328. I've lost my guy here, man. I got too many numbers, E. Golly, there's a lot of people there. 6'3", 220 is what he was listed at. He didn't hit 300 on the scales. I don't have the height number in front of me. I think it was 6'2" and change. I think it may have been 6'3", though. The height may be right, but the 320. My man lost 25 pounds between playing at Michigan and the combine yesterday. And again, short arms. What exactly does it mean? I mean, it doesn't prohibit success. Obviously, but to be in the 12th percentile of all defensive tackles since 99. And by the way, I'd have to look, how does that compare to some of these home-wrecking D tackles we've seen around the league? The Aaron Donalds, the Vita Veas, the Chris Joneses. I mean, there may be some sort of floor measurement-wise that you're just not willing to go to with that high of a draft pick. And I don't know that to be the truth. Just to see, he hit the 6'3", 6'3 and a half, 296. Arm length of 32 inches. Some other interior guys. Here's Walter Nolan, 32. He's 296, 32 and a half inches. So, just looking at the tackles, there's a lot to digest here. Kenneth Grant, his teammate at Michigan, another guy we've heard. Now, see, this is what you would like the numbers to say for Mason Graham and still have that projection of being a top 5 pick. Kenneth Grant, the other D tackle at Michigan, 6'3 and a half, 331, 33 and a half inch arms. Does that make him a better player than Mason Graham? Obviously not. Graham is suggested just about a complete round ahead. But wish you could take the intangibles of one and the body of the other. Not to say that Grant doesn't have those intangibles himself, but he ain't going to be the number 5 pick. It makes you wonder what direction they go there at number 5 if we are going to consider these measurements from yesterday. And you know what, by the way, might be a mistake to do that, in fairness. And by the way, all the prospects you think the Jags might be interested in, who they might be doing their due diligence with for that number 5 pick, they're all confirming that, yeah, of course they've been talking to the Jags. Will Johnson, the cornerback from Michigan, he spoke to the fact that he's talked to the Jags. He knows that he could be in play there. So Jags news continues to percolate. It'll be fun to see how it sorts out. Free agency, again, will start things. And remember, I've been pointing toward what a big week that Players' Championship week is going to be. Well, now it's just a couple of weeks away. Free agency is going to begin while we're on site out there. Get a better indication of how they attack to the draft. It sure seems like they are going to primarily focus on building those lines of scrimmage through the draft. They have all this draft capital the next 2 years. Gladstone is damn near giddy about having all that. And so now the fun begins. Let's build a winner. And again, if everyone's true to their word and it's not a 4-win team, a minimal amount of improvement and progress should get you up into contention for a division that is full of pillow fighters. We got Wingo again today. All right, cool. My man's not still sick, is he? Hopefully he's just out of, the town or something. I joked last week. I kid because I care, but
Paul Bunyan can't still be sick.
Nah. He's wearing flannel somewhere, sitting in some cold temperatures, getting ready to hunt something. That'd be my guess. Is it hunting season out there, gang? 56 for Steph Curry last night, bro.
Went crazy in Orlando.
56.
12 threes.
My goodness, man. You want to have a turn back the clock game every now and then. Steph Curry does not have the physical makeup to dominate at an old age. He's got to be he's like Greg Maddux on the mound, and LeBron would be like Roger Clemens. If you want to use like a baseball analogy, there's got to be a lot of wit and guile involved in what Steph does from this point forward. Is he 36, 37 years old? I
think he's 36.
Yeah, Steph is 6'2", maybe. He doesn't exactly have a halfback's build. That when that vert goes down 2 inches, that makes a big difference. But what has Steph always done? Vert goes down 2 inches, I'll just back it up another 4.
Yep, just keep going back.
And boy, he sure. I know you put him on the Rushmore yesterday. I don't want to.
He turns 37 next month.
Stepped on the toes of our partner here. I'm not going to get involved in that argument per se. But I will say this: when it comes to innovators of the game, it might be a separate Mount Rushmore. I don't know if I can put Steph Curry in the top 4 all time, but if we're going to differentiate between with impact and like game-changing dudes,
absolutely.
Number one, Wilt Chamberlain would be on that Rushmore if he doesn't make the overall, and he should, but I don't think he would. Well, that 4th spot on the Rushmore is hard, man.
Yeah, it's goodness.
It's hard. The two have kind of firmly established themselves with Jordan and LeBron. I'd have to put Kareem on there, man, to be honest. That makes that 4th one awful tough.
Oh, man, I don't know who that 4th one is.
Who would it be, man? It'd be a lot of guys that you can throw around there, old-timers, more recent guys, a lot of dudes. But when it comes to, like, changing the game, they completely changed they invented the three-point lane, the 3-second lane because of Wilt Chamberlain. Eliminated the dunk for a while because of Wilt Chamberlain. He completely changed the goaltending. I think there's a lot of that revolved around Wilt Chamberlain's ability to dominate around the basket, his athleticism. Steph revolutionized the game, and I don't know if it's for the good.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if it's for the good, but
I agree.
NBA's come 3-dribble, jack it up from 30 feet. It's become that game, and Steph started all that.
He did.
The problem is that all these guys have followed in Steph's footsteps without Steph's ability, without his
y'all
accuracy.
not Steph.
That's right. But it's what the NBA has become to the point that they're going to try and do something. There are games. There have been multiple games this year with the Celtics, and they're one of the best teams in the league, so we ain't complaining. We're not criticizing. But there's been a lot of games this year where the Celtics have shot more 3-pointers in the game than 2-pointers.
No, that's crazy.
Right. That's Steph Curry. That's his influence. That's the freedom to just pull up from 6 feet behind the line. Difference is, unlike the rest of these mokes have been playing copycat, Steph makes them. He wins titles. Talking to you, Trae Young. All right, let's come back and talk to Captain Chip again. We'll see what's happening out on the waterways. I just have such an awkward, frustrating development that I'm going to have to introduce into the fabric of today's program, E. It involves the payoff of the bet.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. We'll have to decide what we're going to do.
All right. I like this.
Yeah. We want the short story real quick.
Yeah.
Registration, online registration
It's closed?
for the River Run was scheduled to be open through 6 o'clock on Thursday. So when your boy, by the way, got a reminder from Pep, my running partner, Pepper, goes, hey, man, you have registered, right? It closes at 6. It's about 4:30, E. I'm ahead of the deadline. It's not like, oh, snap, I've gone past the deadline. What do? I'm within the framework of the deadline. I go on, click it. Online registration for the River Run is closed. Which leaves me with the unknown. Now, I've got stuff going on today. I'm not free today till about 4 o'clock. They've got the expo registration all the way downtown at the Dailies but it's like full of forewarnings of it's sold out. So I don't know where that leaves us, I guess is what
I
I'm
like
saying.
this. I like this.
I don't know where this leaves us. Right up hand of accountability, but I mean I do have an asterisk. It's like if they tell you something closes at 8 o'clock, you get there at 6:30 and you're not able to get the cake you were supposed to get. Are you off the hook a little?
I mean, hey, that you bring up a valid point.
Yeah. But I'm not saying, okay, well, that's it. But we're left with that. Somebody wants to call in a favor to the river. Hey, you River Run folks are listening today. Get me an entry packet down here. I got the cash.
We know somebody that knows somebody.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't have time today to do all that. Like, I can't get off the air to run downtown to the expo. I don't have time to do that. We have an intern around here. Let them go down and sign up for me. Whatever. I'm not trying to get out of it. I'm just saying we have a pain in the butt's what we have. I'm an idiot. That much has been documented here through now. How many years on the air? 25. I got this question for you too, Swipe. Hicken and I, when our careers end, we should get some sort of extra credit. To make it 25 years, speaking your mind every day, through the times that we've been through the last 15 in this world.
That ain't even a question. You definitely deserve some type of award.
You want to show the aplomb that your hosts have? There, not a nary a suspension-y for something misspoken. This is the drill. Captain Chip, I got a Gator growl when we come back on the other side too. Big weekend for Gator basketball. All that and more up and rolling. It's GFL Friday.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here, making spring a Jacksonville thing.
What a week.
Get live Southeast Orthopedic Specialist leaderboard updates.
Enhanced by
Dermagnify, medical, surgical, and cosmetic dermatology, San Jose Collision, and Doorbell Farms produce delivery.
Lauren Brooks here. At Hodges Mazda, they are proud of their solid reputation in the Jacksonville community. As your hometown Mazda dealer, their high customer service standards and their huge inventory of new and used cars provide their customers a consistently first-rate car buying experience. Their professional non-commissioned sales team puts your best interest first without exception. And all new vehicle purchases include the Hodges Mazda Protection Package. Visit them online at hodgesmazda.com or stop in today to learn more and discover the Hodges Mazda difference.
Don't miss the Players Championship, March 11th through 16th at TPC Sawgrass. This can't-miss event features a variety of activities for every fan to enjoy, from delicious bites to the Sawgrass Splash. There are endless fan enhancements that will make for a memorable experience. Plus, watch the top PGA Tour players, including back-to-back champion Scottie Scheffler, take on the iconic stadium course featuring the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com. The Beach Boys, Endless Summer Gold. Saturday, March 8th at St. Augustine Amphitheater. Tickets on sale now at AXS.com.
Need a fast casual option that's healthy, fresh, and delicious? Choose the Great Greek Mediterranean Grill. Gyros, salads, hummus, and more made completely fresh right as you order. Off 210 in St. John's Parkway. The Great Greek Mediterranean Grill.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys Locksmith Service.
If your high school student is a high performer, they could be 1010XL Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
And the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234.
Wednesdays on The Frangie Show.
On 1010XL.
When you step into a courtroom, you're stepping into a fight. Someone wins, someone loses. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we've got the experience you want in your corner if you or a loved one suffer a personal injury or a wrongful death. We're here to fight for you. So if you get hit, hit back with Hastings Injury Law, offices Jacksonville. Find us on the web at 904hitback.com or call our 24-hour helpline, 904-HITBACK.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ORDER to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text ORDER to 42424. That's ORDER to 42424.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beechurst here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beechurst Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beechurst Plumbing, here to help.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com. And let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is now offering ortho walk-in appointments. If you have an immediate need for orthopedic care, contact Southeast Orthopedic Specialist immediately. Avoid ERs and urgent care waiting rooms. For more information, go to se-ortho.com.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, Captain Kevin Favors Fishing Report. Brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. You dream it, we build it. On 1010XL.
All right, we got Captain Chip on the hotline. I'm going to head there in just a sec, though. But following up on the Mason Graham measurements, text line always weighing in so helpfully. First, the question, how was Graham's weight so overstated? Scares me. Can't coach size. That's followed up with Aaron Donald at the Combine ET, 6'1", 285.
That was Aaron Donald?
Yeah. Okay.
Good.
Mason Graham, if you missed it, been listed at 320, 330 his whole career, was not even 300 yesterday, 296. Short arms, too, whatever that's worth. To which someone also says, how long are Aiden Hutchinson's arms again? Let's not make that mistake. All fair. All fair. All right, let's see how they're measuring fish these days and what they're putting in the cooler, as we say here in the South, and bringing Captain Chip Wingo. Hello, Chip. How we doing?
Good morning. How are you?
Now, Kevin's. I joked last week. Now I'm fearful. He's like on a deathbed somewhere. Is he? Are we good?
I think he's turning around really well.
Okay, man. Goodness gracious. All right. Well, thoughts and prayers for our man Captain Kev this morning. What do we got? What are we looking for? What are we doing this weekend? Looks like beautiful weather. No.
Yeah, it looks like it's laying down pretty good for the guys offshore. There's been some guys catching some wahoo. Offshore pretty good, and inshore the redfish bite's been pretty stellar. Fishing the lower tides. Looks like we have later day low tides this week. Been a few trout, but it's going to be a beautiful weekend. A little cooler than it has been the last couple of days, but it's definitely worth going. So
now, like you said, laying down for the guys offshore. Is it a good time to be heading out that way?
Well, this time of year, they like to fish for the big wahoo. They're catching wahoo up to 100 pounds. And if you get out, you can get the seas to 2 to 3 feet. That's manageable, especially when you're running, 40-plus miles offshore. So, yeah, it should be manageable for them. It looks like today might be a little bit bumpier, but then it's going to lay back down, it looks like, for the weekend through Monday.
All right, my man. So, basically, as usual, if the weather's nice and this time of year and you want to invest and go out and fish a little bit, you're most likely going to catch something. That's the bottom line.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, that's good. Fishing's good, as they say. Captain Chip, appreciate you, my man. Thanks a bunch.
You got it, buddy. Have a great day.
All right, there he goes. Off to the deep blue, I would imagine. Expecting the next Aaron Donald is kind of silly. He's an all-timer. Yeah, that wasn't the point. The point isn't. The point is being scared of that measurement. And I don't know Aaron Donald's draft. I believe he went 11th overall. But if there was a team with a defensive tackle need in that top 5, and I don't know if one went ahead of them, but if they went in another direction because of that 6'1", 285, they made a big mistake. That was kind of the that was kind of the point there. I missed this question. Ask Captain Chip if they do scuba charters also. Yeah, I don't think. I'm sure someone around here does. Let me ask Captain Kev when he gets back. I know Kev a lot better, and it'd be easier for me to get through that. Aaron Donald's arms 32.6. We're being told, but that's a big difference from 32.5 and 32. Big difference. Because 32 puts you in this 12th percentile, and when they list others at 32.5, they don't say anything. So at least that would be my assumption. All right, it's time for this morning's Gator Growl.
Now, slow your roll. It's time for Jeff's Gator Growl. Brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
There is a big game tomorrow in Gainesville. Now, gosh, some of the luster got taken off. ESPN announced game day would be going down to the Rowdy Reptiles for Saturday morning show. The game, I'm pretty sure, is a night game. I think it's the primetime game on ESPN. And, man, it had top billing when it went on the sked because, Florida, Texas A&M, both top 12 teams. And the Gators top 2 when they announced it. It would have been 3, but early in the week on the SEC slate, Florida goes up to Georgia, stubbed their toe. They lose. Texas A&M lost to Vanderbilt at home. So this matchup got a little bit of the luster taken off of it with both teams losing midweek. It's still a very important game for Florida and their seeding. Texas A&M starting to tumble just a little bit. Down to 20-8 overall. I'm looking at the net rankings. I think that's more relevant to look at if you're going to track the progress down the stretch than either the coaches or the AP polls. Those don't really matter and give you kind of a guide on what the public's thinking, but they're going to throw these analytics into the net rankings, and the net rankings are going to wind up with teams seated a couple of spots higher if you're just going by the polls, the human polls, coaches or media. Texas A&M's 20. Florida, even with their loss, is still number 5 in the net rankings, which would be the top number 2 seed. There is this argument, and I'm not going to say it's not valid, but people were pointing out on the text line yesterday or a couple days ago when Florida had lost to Georgia and the 1 seed now has become a 2 seed. And by the way, Florida needs to win. That's going to be part of the growl here to make sure it's a 2 seed. But is there any argument? Is there any validity to Florida would be better off as a 2 seed, and instead of being the 1 seed in the West, the final 1 seed, they'd be a 2 seed and they'd play like in Atlanta. So instead of having to go off and playing parts unknown, far away, and play your regional final, I want to say San Francisco is where the regional final is for the West top seed versus Atlanta for the 2 seed if you make it to the Sweet 16. And if this season doesn't end with at least a Sweet 16 trip, we're going to have a conversation. That starts to bring we're still on the uptick as Florida Gator basketball, growing from a losing season to a season that made the tournament and didn't win a game to now a season where you spent much of this year in the top 10 position to have a really high seed. This needs to pay off with a little bit of a run in March Madness. But would you be better? It would be easier to make that run. Would be easier to make to the Final Four if you were playing in the friendly confines of Atlanta for your Sweet 16, regional round, or San Francisco. I don't know. Something to think of maybe. Anyway, Gators host Texas A&M tomorrow. You hear the game on 1010XL. Game day will be there in the morning. And Florida, even with their losses, number 5 in the net rankings. Alabama is 6. Gators and Alabama play next. So that game is going to go a long way. Florida can still earn one of those top 4 seeds. But when they have the reveal tomorrow, and that'll be a part of the game day show, the Gators are going to have fallen to a 2 seed, I would imagine. So Florida basketball tomorrow, Texas A&M, and that is today's Gator Growl. Back with a football fix and more. It's a GFL Friday on 1010XL.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Catch Gators basketball on 1010XL.
2 top 12 teams battle for high seeds. Florida, Texas A&M. Tomorrow night at 8 on 1010XL.
Hon, who'd you call to fix our plumbing issue?
I forget their name. They said they do plumbing work.
Then what's that big thing they're driving?
Looks like a grease truck.
Grease truck?
To pump the grease traps.
You wouldn't call a landscaper to floor your home, so why call a grease trap company for a plumbing issue? Duck Rooter is your certified plumbing contractor, specializing in all things plumbing. Get Jacksonville's real plumbing pros. Visit duckrooter.com, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey, John, have you heard about the incredible offers at Randy Marion Cadillac?
They've got rates as low as 3.9% for 36 and 48 months on the stunning 2024 Escalade.
That's right. Experience luxury like never before. Whether it's the exquisite interior or the advanced technology, every drive feels like a royal experience.
Visit Randy Marion Cadillac today on Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville.
And don't forget, Randy Marion is the king of price. Drive and indulge in luxury at Randy Marion Cadillac.
Plus tax tag title 999 admin fee with resist all and approved credit.
Get a healthy start in 2025. The Florida Department of Health in Duval County is here to encourage you to get healthy and stay healthy this year. They have a dedicated team who are committed to providing quality care. The goal is to protect, promote, and improve the health of you and your family. Visit duval.floridahealth.gov to learn more about their health programs and services. That's duval.floridahealth.gov.
Staying alive one night of the Bee Gees, a tribute like you've never seen before. Experience the songs and sights of a full Bee Gees playlist performed live. March 6th at Jack Center for the Performing Arts. Tickets at fscjartistseries.org.
I-9 Sports invites parents on the First Coast to log on and check out what they can offer with sports year-round. Spring and summer registration open right now, and with ages 3 to 7, there's something for everyone. i9sports.com, enter 1010 in the promo code, and get your kid in the game.
This month, 1010XL shines the spotlight on African Americans in our community who have made the First Coast a better place to live. I'm E.T. Listen for my stories during Black History Month on 1010XL. Brought to you by Instant Keys and McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation Center.
Hello, I'm attorney Malcolm Anthony. Being charged with domestic violence can turn your life upside down. If you're in trouble, call me, Malcolm Anthony, at 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW.
Thinning or balding hair? Introducing Scalp Micropigmentation now at IHRS. SMP is a procedure for men and women, looks like your own growing hair, and corrects thinning areas. SMP is perfect for men and women who shave their head and want a full head of hair look. Call IHRS now, 904-777-IHRS, 904-777-4477, or visit hairforme.com today.
This is Daytona, the awe-inspiring spectacle of Supercross, and the most challenging course to witness the air-catching, adrenaline-pumping, heart-pounding action unlike any other race in Florida. Daytona Supercross. The biggest names battle it out under the lights at the World Center of Racing. Don't miss it. The gate drops Saturday, March 1st. Secure your tickets and trackside access today at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while. Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ORDER to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text ORDER to 42424. That's ORDER to 42424.
Attention homeowners, Chelsea here. For a limited time, Renewal by Andersen is making it easy to upgrade your home during our free window month. When you buy 4 windows or patio doors, you'll get 1 free. Our exclusive Fibrex material delivers the perfect combination of energy efficiency, durability, and style. Perfect for your home makeover this season. But hurry, this offer won't last long. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window. Restrictions apply. See website for details. License number CGC 1527613.
Denny Thompson here. If you haven't heard, Tyson Sound and Security has a house built right inside their showroom, showcasing complete home automation and security systems. You have to see it to believe it. This setup can recognize intruders who approach your door and alerts them to leave if there's a break-in. Keep your family safe with the most state-of-the-art technology. Tyson Sound and Security, your security, home theater, and home automation experts. New showroom at 3555 U.S. Highway 17 in Fleming Island.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, back on a GFL Friday. A lot of interesting prospects on that D-line outside of number 5. This is where you need that savvy of your GM. We kind of pointed out it was interesting in digesting the full scope of James Gladstone. A couple of examples with the Rams. One in which the situation called for sitting back, trusting the player that you want is going to be available at a position later in the round. In this case, they were talking about Puka Nacua, and the Rams had three or four picks that round, and a couple of the early picks in the round. And he's like, nah, let's go with this. Nakua's going to be here after gauging what other teams and their history and their, the likelihood of who they would be taking. And he sat firm and he got his player there. Last year, really wanted Braden Fisk to pair with Jared Verse. They weren't going to get him if they stayed at 55. And again, gauged the landscape, made the move, moved up higher into the second round, and got the guy they wanted, Fisk. And the rest, as they say, is history. Verse and Fisk had great years. So as he reads this chessboard of prospects, be super interesting to see the value board, what the strategy is on draft day. I think this is fair. I'm not trying to equate all of us fantasy football players with the NFL and the difference. When we pick every round, there's a superstar there to take. And how we stack our lineups, we're not going to go receiver here because we can go receiver in round 4. It's deeper at that position. That concept is in play in the draft. So when you're sitting there at 5, the more I think about it, the more if somebody is dying to get Shedeur Sanders or Travis Hunter if he falls and wants to come up to 5, and you can move back to, say, between 8 to 12 and pick up more picks, might not be a terrible year to do that. There are a lot of interesting names at the D-line position that just ultimately is going to spell to a lot of depth. I mean, we saw like Shamar Stewart yesterday from Texas A&M. Explosive athlete. Problem is he had 4.5 sacks in his entire college career. So do you take the potential over production? He's one of those prospects. Others, it's production, maybe over potential. Or do you, instead of going high on those guys, do you wait and you identify the one is going to be a playmaker from round 3 or 4? Princely U, the former Gator at Ole Miss now, and others might fall into more of a mid-round category, although Princely's workout yesterday was fantastic. So anyway, just how do they stack it? Do you go for a defensive tackle who isn't positioning as one of the elites at that position to come through the draft? If you're taking a D tackle 5, you expect him to be Cortez Kennedy, man. Expect him to be an all-pro, Hall of Fame type D tackle. If you got to show that kind of ceiling to me to take that position. If you have equal or even higher perhaps ceilings and projections through the measurables and everything else that you've seen and the film, make me a little bit wary of the position as much as it is the prospect, because a lot more is going to go into the makeup of Mason Graham than that 296 he tipped the scales at yesterday. Fire up the band, E. We got a football fix. It's brought to you by the home course, the Jewington Creek Golf Club. Tee it high and let it fly. Never know who you might see out there. Me. Shh. But a great value in golf. The course is going around in terrific shape now as we move towards spring. And you're going to have a great day at great value with my friends at the home course, the Jewington Creek Golf Club. I love when we get the surprises and the secrets start to filter out of Indianapolis. And one of the interesting ones yesterday is the Saints meeting with Cam Ward. The Saints pick, I believe, number 9 in the draft. So say Cam Ward kind of falls. Saints are sitting there at 9. They're worried that someone between 6 and 8 might take the quarterback. If you're the Jaguars, you might could trade there and still get Mason Graham at 9. I guess that's kind of the perfect, as an example, type of scenario, that I was talking about before. Now, the Saints said earlier this week they think they can win with Derek Carr and that he will be back on track to return this year, but the possibility of getting your future quarterback. Now, look, just because you meet with guys in Indy doesn't necessarily they're your top prospect. It doesn't mean you think you're going to get them. But if you step into that meeting and you are just overpowered by Cam Ward and what you think he's going to be, in addition, again, to the film and the measurements, then yeah, maybe trying to trade up to a spot like Jacksonville, to a team that doesn't need a quarterback, maybe that does filter into some of the draft day strategy. Most think Ward will be off the board by the time the Saints pick 9. So depending on how serious they are, they would have to move up, I would think. Ward is currently ranked as the top prospect by just about all of the analysts. Shedeur Sanders is up there as well. There are quarterback needy teams in the top 6. Tennessee picks number 1. Cleveland picks number 2. The Giants pick number 3. And the Raiders could very well go QB. They're picking number 6. So a lot of need there. A lot of quarterback needy teams. It's not a good year to be up there and have that need, though, right? Everyone's saying that these quarterbacks would be taken like 5th or 6th in last year's draft. Did you see that one?
Yep, I did.
Yeah, I saw the one that said they should go behind Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix and Penix Jr. and even J.J. McCarthy. Most of the analysts, the evaluators say they would have these 2 quarterbacks ranked behind all of them. Does it make sense to take a guy like that in the top 3? Well, sense and action don't often intersect when it comes to the draft and the fear that you have. Fear of missing out is never greater than passing on a quarter. Don't let that quarterback get picked 7th by somebody else and go be a hero. Oof. All right, the agent says Brady did not host Matthew Stafford on a recent recruiting trip because, that'd be tampering and all. So I would suspect that the agent would say just that. I'm sure that Matthew Stafford and Tom Brady, just out in the wide open plains of Montana, just happened to run into each other.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think that was planned in any way at all. I mean, they just happened to run into each other out there. And, yeah.
Montana.
Travis Kelce has confirmed he will be back for 2025. Skills rapidly eroding. I think that's fair, but still, in a moment, effective, if not explosive for the Chiefs. You wonder if Kelce would really, really commit to an offseason of training, if he could recapture, if he could take the LeBron route. But something tells me he'll be in Versailles with T Swift, right? And then
kicked up.
Then at some point I'll get an Instagram post of the 2 of them getting pedicures together in Aruba, sitting out by an infinity pool, holding up, some sort of Mai Tai. So something tells me that'll be the Travis Kelce off-season program. We'll see. But he will be back. We'll be back next year. Myles Garrett says, man, I ain't signing no extension with you fools. Maybe he didn't say it just like that. But Garrett, who's, says he wants out of Cleveland. Cleveland says, no, we're not trading him. Cleveland, you probably should trade him, man.
Better trade him.
You should probably trade him, get as much as you can, and draft Abdul Carter. It's just if he doesn't go 1 and you can sit there at 2, replace Myles Garrett at a bargain price and get all the draft capital, you have to make that move.
Yeah. Like, come on, who's running these teams, man?
I mean, D-end, of all of the great high-paid position, the one that can be great on a terrible team more than any of the others is a D-end. All right? An edge rusher is not going to change you need him to win titles and to be dominant. But you put the bench edge rusher in. Who are the best edge rushers?
Myles Garrett.
How they doing? Where's their
Trey Hendrickson. Yeah.
How the Bengals do? Where were they?
Right.
Going down the list, every one of them. Khalil Mack was at one point, probably not. TJ Watt's been terrific. Somebody remind me when Pittsburgh last won a playoff game.
Bosa.
Right, there you go. Again, so overwhelmed with talent there. I don't know. Bosa is a perfect example of, you need him with the other stuff, right? So if you're you've had Myles Garrett all these years in his prime, you haven't won anything.
Max Crosby.
The Raiders are terrible.
Yep.
And when your best player is an edge rusher, it doesn't guarantee as much success as when your best player is at a different position. Now, there are other positions. Don't get me wrong. If he's a guard, you're limited. But the Bucs now are going to reinstate John Gruden into the Ring of Honor. It's been long enough. Shh, come on, everybody. The Chiefs, by the way, if you had eyes on Trey Smith on the interior offensive line, scrap that. Chiefs say they will franchise tag him. Our old buddy Rayshon Jenkins has gotten permission to seek a trade. How about a 6th-rounder? Can we have him back? Well, he did lose his start. He's 31 now. He did lose his starting job midway through last year. It could very well be a cap casualty if someone doesn't trade for him. So it's not like he left here and just tore things up. Did we get better at the safety position or on defense? Check stats. No, we didn't. That's Football Fix. We got a lot more ball talk as we go through this Friday morning. We got the Whisperer today, ET. Have you heard different?
I haven't heard different.
All right. We're talking Iceman hockey today, where the Jacksonville Sharks are, I believe, in training camp or getting ready to be. Going to get a quick visit from Coach Jason Gibson this morning as well. Oh, our schedule never sleeps. You're listening to The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
He'll go to work. Shot is up. Oh! Banchero drills it.
I'm Paulo Banchero of the Orlando Magic.
Big time Banchero.
On Jacksonville Sports Radio, 1010XL.
Don't miss the Players' Championship, March 11th through 16th at TPC Sawgrass. This can't-miss event features a variety of activities for every fan to enjoy, from delicious bites to the Sawgrass Splash. There are endless fan enhancements that will make for a memorable experience. Plus, watch the top PGA Tour players, including back-to-back champion Scottie Scheffler, take on the iconic stadium course featuring the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
Get this thing unwrapped here. Duval!
Prize, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Daily Stash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Daily Stash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it," and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Daily Stash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Daily Stash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
The Jacksonville Icemen are back at home this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday against the Savannah Ghost Pirates and Greenville Swamp Rabbits at VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena for Military Appreciation Weekend. Presented by CSX and the Nimnick family of dealerships. Join as we honor our military with special jerseys and pregame festivities. Friday and Saturday's game time 7, Sunday at 3. You and your family can take a shot on goal on the ice after the game. Tickets at Ticketmaster, JacksIceman.com, or call 602-PUCK. Iceman Hockey is #Frozen Frenzy.
Hey folks, Hicken here for Zero Res, and if you still have a little bit of time for the hottest price of the year on carpet cleaning, maybe you had people over for the game or you're doing early spring cleaning, but in February, only $147 for 3 rooms, plus the 4th room is free. That's right, schedule now and you'll get 3 rooms for $147, and the 4th room is free. Yeah, the 4th room is on me. Hottest price of the year. Zero Res. Spell it forward, spell it backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach. You can't go inside your home team's locker room, so Jags beat reporter Hayes Carline goes there for you.
Work on three, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hayes Carline here. Find my blog at 1010XL.com.
Brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing, where quality and experience count.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
This is Hayes Carline for Kingfish Pest Control, a local family-owned business that's been chosen as the exclusive pest control provider for the brand new state-of-the-art Miller Electric Performance Center. As a Kingfish customer myself, I know their effectiveness in keeping spiders, roaches, bugs, and termites out. When I trust them for my family and the Jags trust them for their business, then you can too. For the best service in town, call my friends at Kingfish Pest Control, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and you got really cool things going on right now because there's new product coming in the showroom. Tell everybody about the Aprilia Demo Days.
March 11th and 12th. It's a Tuesday, Wednesday. We're going to have the Aprilia Demo Truck. We caught them on the way back from Daytona Bike Week. They're going to be there. Come ready to ride.
Tell everybody real quick about Aprilia.
They are a bad Italian motorcycle. Nobody's ever ridden an Italian anything and said that wasn't fun.
Check it out. Cycles of Jacksonville. All the details on their Facebook page.
The First Coast Games is an annual team-building challenge to introduce fun activities into the workplace and focus on your employees' health and wellness goals. These goals include some friendly competition, of course, including pickleball, cornhole, volleyball, flag football, and other team sports. The games will begin in March. Register your company and teams at fcymca.org.
Cannonball!
Honey, someone's in our pool.
Oh, refreshing.
John, what are you doing?
Oh, hey, Dave. Seeing as how me and the guys at Clearwater Irrigation reinstalled your sprinklers after the pool contractor ripped it out, I thought you wouldn't mind if I took a quick dip.
But in a Jaguar print Speedo?
Yeah, Dave. My bad. Clearwater Irrigation. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at sprinklers.
And drainage, too.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Lone Pronto Jacksonville. There's been a short period between the hiring of Jaguar General Manager James Gladstone and the NFL Combine. At the Combine, the new GM stated he's listening.
I certainly look forward to not talking as much as I have and listening to the insights from our coaching and scouting staff.
After what Florida men's basketball coach Todd Golden called a disappointing loss to Georgia on Tuesday, the Gators will face the 12th-ranked Aggies of Texas A&M tomorrow evening. You can hear the game live starting at 8 p.m. on 1010XL. The ASUN tournament begins for Jacksonville's men's basketball team on Monday at 7 p.m. at home against Eastern Kentucky. It'll be the third game between the two schools this season, and a quick turnaround brings adjustments, says head coach Jordan Mincy.
It is a quick turnaround, and so obviously he's going to make his adjustments, and we're going to make ours.
At your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, I'm Sam Nelson.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
This is how we do. It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Everybody. You know it! Friday. Sweet!
Little emotion, please.
Hey!
Ho! Hey, ho! Ho! Oh,
Go Friday. Go Friday. Go Friday. Go Friday. Go Friday. Ooh. Friday getting down. One leg up. Ooh.
Problem is he is. Whoa. Problem is he. You didn't say, and I quote, one leg up.
That's what Friday over there doing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't, yeah. Problem is he. Hey. I had trouble with Thursday last night.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
Thursday got the best of you?
One more time!
Let's go! Go Friday.
Boys are still high on wine fumes this morning. Oh. Hobnobbing. Rubbing elbows. The reds, the whites.
Yeah. Pinot Grigio.
Sauvignon Blanc.
Pinot Noir.
Cabernet.
Sure. Bubbly.
Who doesn't love a good wine? By 10:15, I was just grabbing the bottle and chugging it. Good for you.
Straight to the head.
Boone's Farm. None of that there. None of that swill. Give me some of that Mad Dog. They still make Boone's Farm wine? Probably not, do they?
My dog wanted the Mad Dog.
Give me that Mad Dog. It's not wine, man. It's wine tasting.
The blue
Didn't
one.
matter at that What about Get Smart John? Did you smell him? Oh, beautiful. Yeah, there you go. Terrific. Nice. I'm glad y'all had a good time. Sounds like fun. And his lovely daughter were there. Mm-hmm. It was the social event of the decade. Of the decade. The millennium, whatever. A lot of good folks, a lot of good Googans out there, a lot of good people. Appreciate everybody. Nice. Shout out to Daniel Murphy this morning. He's a chaperone. A chaperone?
Yeah, driving to Tallahassee, making young Googans.
Okay.
Thank you, Daniel. Keep that loud and proud on there.
Do your thing, Danny.
Nice.
We got that going on. It's a crazy couple nights, man. I asked the old man about Baselli as EVP.
What do you have to say?
It's great.
Old man, he's referencing.
I say that
Godfather,
lovingly.
Tom Coughlin. That's correct.
It's my guy. By the way, he looks great.
Yeah, sure. We
Really
see him.
looks
We're
good.
fortunate enough to see him, throughout the year, and he's continues
really
to look
looks
terrific.
good. Really,
he's probably what 80?
No, 78, 79. And he's got so many grandkids. He's got a couple. One's a hockey player. He was telling me up in Jersey, and
They were offering the wine sippy cup last night. I thought that was interesting.
Oh, I don't even know what happened to my glassy.
I probably got it.
Oh,
poor Mrs. B had the worst thing ever at one of those wine tasting deals.
Oh yeah, she spilled it, right?
Well, we were coming down the escalator, right? And it's the big, whatever that building is downtown, Modus Build, whatever they call it these days. And it was just a big open tile, high 200-foot ceilings. We got down to the end of the escalator. Her heel caught.
Got stuck.
Her heel caught, and so she toppled forward. Her wine glass flies out of her hand. It smashes. And so what's the first thing any and everyone thinks? She's hammered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she stepped up, man. She was mortified. She stepped up. We took a step to the side, and she turned to me and said, "Get me out of here."
Yeah.
One of those.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So he said.
Yeah, what did he say about Tone?
He said, I've heard him on the radio a couple times. He's very passionate and excited, and I like that. He was ready to learn, and he goes, but I want to know who's going to break the tie.
Don't we all? Tony, they say Cohen breaks the tie, right?
Yeah, I guess. Well, no, they say.
Or if Cohen and Gladstone or whatever.
Yeah.
I think with Cohen and Gladstone, this is how it works. These two will very quickly align 2-on-1 here. They will. They're the younger guys. They're the ones that are in charge of picking and coaching. And so I would imagine the point is not versus Tony. I imagine those two are going to make a concerted effort to stay in alignment.
Mm-hmm.
To not have an issue where, well, I really want this tackle. Well, I really want this, edge rusher.
Oh, okay.
I think that will have before that's ever. I don't think it'll reach a point where Tony will have to break a tie.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Wow, of course it will. There's always going to be collaboration.
I guess what I'm saying is I think that collaboration will come and they'll come to that decision among the two of them. I don't think it'll ever be like, well, I want him. No, I want him. Tony. That's what I mean.
Well, couple losses, it'll come to collaboration. That's for sure. But anyway, so it was great. They raised a lot of money. Am I to understand that young Tori's off this morning?
That is correct.
She's works for the J Fund, no?
That is correct.
But you're saying y'all answer the bell. Why didn't she? Is that what you're
The
saying?
old man did the late show last night on TV.
You did, the old man. That old man. I can't keep calling everyone old man. I can't keep up.
There's a lot of us
The
now.
old man turned up on a whole bunch of wine last night.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be me.
Yeah.
Yes. Now,
here's
E. Totally believable.
Here's E having a deep conversation with the coach.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
On the logo.
He just did that so he could show off that suit.
Oh, yeah. It's a good
That's
suit.
what we were talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good suit. We mentioned the suit. The suit,
Sure.
of course, color coordinated with the sneaks.
Oh,
Come on.
of course. Come on. What do you expect?
But no purse. No man purse.
It's a sling.
He said it doesn't go with the suit.
Crossbody sling and correct.
I'm
It
sorry.
don't go with the suit.
But we did
CBS.
discuss that last night.
It's a CBS.
Yeah. It's a crossbody.
Now the text line, it's a purse. It's a purse.
Yeah.
Purse.
It's like, yeah.
a purse,
Trigger.
peeps. You know
Trigger
that.
word.
You all know that. It's a purse. There's nothing wrong with that either, by the way. He uses it proudly. So anyway, I enjoyed Billy Ho going after the Gator yesterday. That was good stuff. We got a big retraction coming up in the 9 o'clock nasty a little bit later today. We'll have to do
Oh,
that.
no. What do you mean?
Yeah. Big retraction.
Huh.
Yeah. But we'll wait. Kids are going to the field trips and stuff right now, so
Sure.
we're not going into it. We're not doing it. Dreamfinders Home's poll question of the day is ready to rock for you people. Brought to you by our friends at Dreamfinders Home. They're offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Chance to lock down the rate and get in the game, man. They're a big part of last night, by the way. Saw the ITP partners as well. 15 different locations for Dreamfinders Homes. If you're a first-time homeowner, man, you got to go to dreamfindershomes.com and check it out because fantastic. They look great. It's the last day of February. I don't know if you know that.
I do, yes.
So our
no leap year this year.
Our Dream Finders Homes poll question of the day, last day of February. Who do you want the Jags to draft for the number 5 overall pick?
Okay.
Kind of a throwaway.
Did the sub 300 concern you at all? Did the arm length concern you at all? Does it matter if you're
as predicted?
If you're taking a tackle 5, do those things matter?
Got to trust the tape. As predicted, wouldn't show out. Didn't have the great measurables. Not working out. There'll be some fallback. Mason Graham, Travis Hunter, Will Campbell, Tet McMillan. Those are your 4 choices.
Okay.
300+ votes. There are a lot of edge rushers in this draft, by the way. I did see a lot of of noise about
a bunch.
Guys who can be there at 36.
Yeah, for sure there's a good edge rusher at 36.
You could go Mason Graham and edge rusher.
You could. You could shock the world and go O-line and edge rusher if you love Will. Who knows that's the thing about trying to project. We just don't know how much
you could go Mason Graham and O-line. You could go
Will Campbell and D-line.
You could do that. You could go Travis Hunter and still go D-line. Edge rusher.
Yeah, yes.
And O-line.
Yes, that's what I would do.
D-line.
If I want the scenario I get Travis Hunter with that 5th pick. Mm-hmm. And then
you might have a situation where both those dudes are gone.
We have a situation here. It's
very well could have that situation.
From the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, it's not a purse. You're good, E. It's a MERS, man purse. It's a MERS, not a purse. I got me a crossbody sling.
Yeah. It's gripping America right now. You guys are good with that. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, people. Nothing.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing.
We're going to put that on the wheel. And you go out to rock the crossbody.
Not only rock it, you should make it. You have to purchase one too.
Oh, the same one?
Yeah. Dig deep into the pockets for that one. Mm. So anyway, the leader in the clubhouse is Mason Graham, but it's close. Mason Graham 46.2, Travis Hunter 42.3, Will Campbell 7.7, Tet McMillan 3.8%.
Well, he's narrowed the field. You had a similar question to this either earlier this week or last week, where Graham was. Yes. There was more distance.
It was 60-40.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. 300+ votes are in. Again, you can vote on social media and get in the game. DreamFindersHomes.com for all your information. Tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's early in the process. Very early in the process.
For sure.
I love...
and it matters that you can group. If you think there are 3 edge rushers that would really upgrade your team... And they're clumped around a position where you're pretty confident they're going to be available when you draft. You got to play that. And that's what we were talking about earlier with Gladstone. You got to have that insight, that feel of whether you can afford to wait and you're still going to get this guy or whether you need to trade. I tell you, the one thing that kills me through the years with the Jags, and I don't every single instance I don't remember, but I always feel like they overdraft guys. Like they take a guy, what? You could have got that guy in round 4, or what? You could have got him 27. They've done that a bunch in their history.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always because you panic. You think you put this opinion of a guy, that just tells you you're not very in tune with the league. I mean, the Caleb on Chason was just ridiculous, dude.
Oh boy. Oh, dear. So we'll see. We'll see how it all breaks down with our Jaguars going forward. And they do have, what did we say, 5 of the top 127 or something like that. So they have ample picks. I expect some movement.
I couldn't help but notice, like, you talk about intangible, Rich.
Mm-hmm.
This is a perfect example, man, because you've got 2 guys.
Yeah.
That are viewed super similarly. To be honest with you, if you look at their stats, they weren't incredibly different. They're both from the same school. They both play the same position. One of them was 6'5", 330 pounds with 33-inch arms. That's Kenneth Grant, the other Michigan defensive tackle. Yet it's the smaller-bodied, but apparently intangible rich teammate who's right there in the top 10. Like, what is it that is it just play-to-play film breakdown?
It has to. Tape don't lie.
Yeah.
Tape don't lie. What I read,
stats do.
I don't watch, but Graham's the one who drew the double teams.
Yeah, well, that could matter for sure.
So
it's just interesting, though.
Yeah.
That, at this time where you're trying to decide, here are 2 guys, similar stats, one with a huge body. It's not that they're not similar. So they're like one's a full round ahead of the other one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Steph Curry reminded us that he's a pretty good player last night. 12 threes.
He heard E yesterday to put him on the Rushmore, and he wanted to,
He said, I got to show my guy E up in Jacksonville that he's correct.
Right.
I immediately thought, 12 is a lot. That's got to be close to the NBA record. I couldn't remember. I think Klay Thompson has the NBA record. So I looked at it. It's 14.
Yeah,
is the
14.
NBA. Yeah, 14 threes in a game. Klay Thompson holds it. Steph Curry's got to get that record before he retires.
Last night, Steph approached that most points on fewest shots deal. He only took 25 shots to score 56 points.
Yeah.
That's basically shooting true shooting, that's over 100%. If you shoot 25 times and you shoot 100% from the field, you score 50.
Oh, that's
so
true.
think about that. The guy scored 56 points. He shot 112% from the floor last night in true shooting. Well, now, hold on. He could have some free throws in there. But to the point.
I still think about Mark Jackson when these two dudes were young, Curry and Thompson.
Yeah.
And he came out and said they're the best shooting tandem
and people laughed at him.
in the history of the NBA. And they're like, right.
Before they won. It's like in their first and second year, these two guys. He was right.
He was right.
He didn't get to experience. He wasn't a good enough coach. They fired him, hired Steve Kerr. That made you kind of wonder. And then, in fact, you almost drew it in as like they fired. This guy thinks these are the two best players in the league. Fire him.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Like the timing was almost. I don't think that was at all part of it.
No.
But it timed out that way.
Yeah.
All right, I got a huge. We have a problem.
Okay, let's solve it.
We have a roadblock.
Well, you got to unblock it.
All right, here's the deal. The first. I guess the first question I'll have is it illegal to run the river run if you don't have an official registration?
Oh, boy.
Registration, online registration was open until 6 o'clock on Thursday. So when I went online at 4:30 to register for the Gate River Run, imagine my horror and despair when it said online registration is closed.
Oh, boy.
So that leaves me with a variety of options that we'll have to sort through here.
We've got a situation here.
So, and we've, anyway, that's where we are. There are a ton of solutions, but still an awkward pain in the butt to kick them around, which we will at some point this morning.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
We got a problem.
I'd be happy to go down and just hop in with Pep like I'm Rosie Ruiz, just past the start line and do it without registering. I could come to work and have to go do 9 and 9.3 during the middle of the show, hooked up and, all that. We come up with some golf punishments being brushed with a tour, which among others I could see having drivers rifled at me with plastic golf balls. Something to that end. So there's lots of options. We'll make the best.
We're only taking, first off, number one, we can do the driver thing, but only with real golf.
Yeah, well, that won't happen. So we'll have to keep it.
And here's what we'll allow, though. If you do the real golf ball thing, we'll allow you to wear the purse and use that as a blockade.
Like crossbody sling.
You can use the purse, ease purse, and when the ball's coming at your head, you can put up the purse and block it. Although it's not a very big purse, is it, E?
The crossbody sling isn't that big, no.
It's not a big deal, is it?
I mean, if you guys want to let me just zip downtown here about 8:15, I'll go down and register in person, I suppose.
Oh, you can register in person?
But I can't be down there today until after 4.
What's it open till?
6. But I run the risk because there's a big disclaimer. If sold, if it sells out in person, there's no deal. So so anyway, that's like I said, there's a lot of little awkwardness in it. I'm completely willing to do anything.
Well, you're not completely willing to do anything.
Well, I am willing to go downtown. I just can't.
You got to pick the one. You got to tell us what you're going to do. I guess is the best way to do it.
Yeah. Well, that's fine too.
Yeah.
I'll run the river run one way or the other, either legally, illegally. I'm just curious. Right. Is it against the rules? Are you breaking some sort of law or rule if you go
show up?
Yeah, if you go run the river run without being.
Did you register that year you just showed up?
Yeah, I registered that year. See, and that was literally the day before. I wasn't. Listen, people say, "Oh, you had 5.5 weeks. You wait till the last minute." Well, I guess that's true, but I also did it before it was supposed to be closed. So I was, But again, that's no excuse. Right hand up. I missed the registration, but it was scheduled to be open longer, which tells me it's like super packed too.
Oof.
So anyway, we'll figure it out. This is the drill. It is a GFL Friday. That's Green for Life.
This is your Duval Minute. Brought to you by Lift Power, your turnkey solution for all warehouse needs.
I'll give you an interesting cat that I like for the Jaguars going forward, and that's South Carolina's safety, Nick Amanawari. I think this kid is an unbelievable athlete. He's versatile. He's considered by some experts one of the top safeties in the class. It's either him or maybe Malachi Starks from Georgia. This guy admitted he did meet with the Jaguars. So, you have picks between, they kind of project him between, 5 and 41. So could you get him at the end or with your second round pick? Perhaps. Maybe you could move up. I don't know. Maybe you could move down from 5 and still take him. But certainly a name to look. Looks like to me like he's a difference maker and most importantly, a dog. And that's your Duval Minute. Brought to you by our friends at Lift Power. Lift Power always on the lookout for dogs. Lift truck, dock, and door technicians in Jacksonville area. Benefits are unbelievable. 401k, company vehicle, paid training, sign-on bonus. You'll see why Lift Power year in and year out is voted one of the best places to work in all of Jacksonville, FLA. Listen, family-owned and operated. Humes are terrific people. Rapidly growing business. Proudly served Jacksonville for more than 50 years. You can be part of the family. Here's your opportunity. Go to liftpower.com. That's liftpower.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Catch Gators basketball on 1010XL.
2 top 12 teams battle for high seeds. Florida, Texas A&M. Tomorrow night at 8 on 1010XL.
Hey, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, you have children, you likely want to take care of your family. So I'm here to tell you about Matt Hinson and the Hinson Law Firm. Matt's the attorney, I'm not. But have you done your last will? Yeah. You work hard, man. You got to set yourself up. Don't waste time. Take care of it. It's easy to do. And it also minimizes income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Matt Hinson's your guy. He'll listen. He'll help you with your decisions. He'll provide you the information needed. So it's an easy choice. It's the Hinson Law Firm. You got questions? Reach out to Maddie. 527-1700, 527-1700. Offices are at Jacksonville, Florida. Gang, don't let the state decide your fate.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
This is the sound of turning small bets into legendary wins. Only on the Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app. The sound of parlays. The sound of paydays. The sound of watching the game will never be the same. Hard Rock Bet has already paid out millions and millions in parlays to people across Florida. Download Hard Rock Bet now, and if your first bet doesn't win, get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick. We're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by May 15th.
Hey, y'all. I'm Hannah with the Deck Guys. We've been locally owned and operated for over 10 years in the outdoor living space. If you are looking to get spring projects started, like a new deck, pavers installed, or maybe a pergola, we would love to earn your business. Just remember,
call the Deck Guys if you want a brand new deck, pavers, or more. Call 904-813-2474.
TheDeckGuysJax.com.
Tired of a plain and boring backyard? Stonecore on Phillips Highway is your one-stop choice to beautify your home. With pavers, stonework, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, pergolas, and driveways. Visit stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. Call 904-722-1111.
Instant Keys saves the day if you've lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call Instant Keys, 722-1111.
Start your Sunday off with a cup of Joe and some sports medicine intel. This is Joe C. inviting you to join me and Dr. George Bari for Breaking Bones every Sunday morning at 7:30. And if you miss an episode, just look for Breaking Bones wherever you listen to podcasts.
Baloo here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Here you can see.
When it's time for new tires, you can count on Big Chief Tire for quality and value. Frank Franchi here. Their expert team will help you quickly find the right fit, ensuring a safe, comfortable ride. With quality options, fair prices, and quick installation, you'll be back on the road in no time. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 today to schedule your appointment and roll into 2025 with great confidence. Big Chief Tire keeps Jack rolling.
Open early and open late. Dailies is always there, making things easy for you to cruise in and cruise out. So hit Dailies Cold Case the next time you're craving a cold one. Bud Light by the case, plus plenty of singles to choose from. Corona to the King of Beers to Stella or a Natty. They're all cold at Dailies.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, buddy, you look worried.
Worried? I'm apoplectic.
You're what now?
I'm freaking out, Jason. Stupid water heater crapped out, so I haven't showered since Thursday. I start smelling a little funky, blow my big corporate job interview tomorrow. I'll end up settling for some dead-end career selling spatulas on the internet.
Dude, stay cool.
There's nothing cool about a cold shower, Jason. I mean, I know how that sounds, but...
Bueller Air and Plumbing can get a new water heater installed today. The day you call. You could be smelling fresh again by dinner time.
Wait, you can do that?
Put on these sunglasses.
Whoa.
Is that cooler?
Oh, yeah.
Well, life moves pretty fast. If you spend much more time smelling like this, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Brought to you by
Advanced Business Solutions.
your local authorized Xerox dealer on 1010XL.
Let's go. Hit it.
All right, crisis averted. We're good to go. Pep, I'll see you in the morning. That's all I need to know. And thanks to all you. I mean, I got Guggen sick that are offering to drive down, sign me up, bring in a... Yeah, thank y'all. You don't need to do that. This is my right hand up. I messed up the timing. I'll never... I would say live and learn, damn it, I won't. I procrastinate. It's a flaw. It's a flaw. Wait till I don't ever not do it. But gosh, man, sometimes. Anyway.
Sports concepts and rationalizations coming your way. We call it the 10-minute drill. At the end of the drill, we like to hand out razzle dazzle. Lee, what do we have today?
I got a pair of tickets to see one night of the Bee Gees at the Jacksonville Center of Performing Arts.
This is it.
That's
Last
going
chance.
down March 6th. This is your last chance. Hit me up at the end of the 10-minute drill. Come on, somebody.
Thursday, March 6th.
One of my favorite. I love and respect all the high school athletes. We do a lot. We're committed. We have Lee Lockett, who sponsors the Lockett Law High School Report, so we're on board. Okay,
for sure.
I got a little old school in me too, though, and I like the coaches. I loved Tommy Boss of Providence. He was great to Brooksy, and just a lot of good coaches through the years. Got to meet a lot of good ones in the area. So I'm not going to name every one, but old Geiger at Inglewood, I like him too.
The baseball coach.
Yeah, he coached.
Been around forever.
Yeah,
Geiger coached Murphy, didn't he?
Yeah,
and he's back at Inglewood.
He's at Inglewood.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been around. He came back.
Been around.
Daughter's a great gymnast, by the way. But anyway, and I don't know if he did this or the program or his coaches, but I love this. So, because I've told you a million times, kids love to post this stuff. They'd be like 12 years old. Went 2 for 3 with a double, and you show them, up to 91 on my fastball last night. Yeah. 3 innings, only gave up 3 hit. They all love it. Sure. That's fine. It's not
fine.
Yeah.
We're getting away from this human,
So my man Geiger comes back.
All right.
And I love you, Geiger. You're the best. I don't care what. You're the greatest. I don't care who did it. I don't care. I love this. Inglewood Baseball has a Twitter account. They post their results, the starting lineup.
All right.
No video. Got the graphic up, Inglewood baseball.
Mm-hmm.
It says as just the final score. Inglewood baseball looks like it's Denmark's Baldwin squad 5, Inglewood nothing.
Oh no, good for Double D, I reckon.
He posts next to this. There were no highlights. ... And then on the entry he says, "This is what happens when you play a good team with no emotion." Shout out Geiger. Let those boys get a little old school in there, baby. I love that guy.
He went new school to go old school.
I love it.
He went old school through Twitter.
Yeah. I love that, man. That's so good.
No emotion.
Yeah, he's ticked. He's ticked at him. No highlights. We got no highlights. We're not putting anything up. That is fantastic.
I'm sorry, little Joey had 2 punch singles. Doesn't make the
live and learn. You better bounce back. I love that. Anyway, shout out to him. Probably some people don't like that, but I think that's great.
It just sounds pretty apropos. And I don't know now if Inglewood has had situations where some of their guys are quick to put up their highlights. That could be part of the dynamic too.
Yeah,
you're not saying that either.
No,
right?
no. I was just, I put that, I saw that last night and I got a good chuckle out of that. So, yeah. So anyway, just wanted to mention that as we kick it around with concepts and rationalizations right here in the Duval Minute, brought to you by our friends at Lift Power. I talked about this kid, the safety, and they like this guy, this Amanawari, who's a safety from South Carolina. And that's the kind of guy, to me, that's the kind of guy hopefully that this new regime seeks out and adds to their team. These are the guys that are, difference makers. They're dogsy. I think this guy's a dog. I think this guy's intangibly rich. Yeah. I think we got to check into this guy.
I feel you there, but you know what I find myself doing?
What?
I find myself finding like a guy like that at about 5 positions we need. And so then it becomes, where do you prioritize and which do you choose over the other?
Mm-hmm.
Like you like that guy. What if James Pierce is on the board and that guy's on the board?
Yeah.
In round 2. And Pierce probably played his way higher. There's a buyer beware of so many of these guys.
Yeah.
They have something, but they don't have the stats. They have the measurables, but not the stats. They have the stats, but not the measurables. Where's the in between? Pierce, though, to me, is the absolute definition of that guy who made himself 15 draft slots with his combine workouts. And you dismiss this.
So why would you take
That's
him?
what I'm saying. You dismiss this notion that this guy was the preseason SEC player of the year.
Yeah.
And he didn't show up. He didn't play like it. He was never. He and the Kentucky D lineman, man, those are 2 dudes that when the season started looked like top 10 picks. I saw Pierce, and you did too, number 1 in some of the mock drafts before the season started.
This guy reminds me of Derwin James or the Kyle Hamilton kid, 6'3", 223. Says he's going to run a 4.3. We'll see. He's cocky. I like that. He's brash. I'm 6'3". I'm a big dude and I can run. I'm not scared to go make tackles. I'm not scared to cover slots. I'm not scared to cover tight ends. So
I think
led the Gamecocks in tackles in 2 seasons. I love that. 6 interceptions over his final 15 games.
All sounds great to me. Give me 5 of them.
Yeah, give me that
a bunch of different positions.
Give me that guy with the second round pick, and I'll be happy.
And you'll have to determine, back to the point of whether you want to leave a void.
Well, there's going to be voids. Yeah,
at a position at another. I know. Like, here's what happens. Say it's Zay Grable, the guard. Let me give you a better example.
Okay.
It's like the top interior guard has somehow managed to stay on the board.
Yeah.
And this guy's on the board.
Yeah.
That's where it's tough, and that's where that's where they can talk about intangible. They can talk about.
That's what scares me about us. Keep coming back to the we're better than 4. We should win 10 or 11. That's what scares me, because the other word that keeps coming up is, and we just said it, void.
There's 4 or 5 voids.
We got a lot to fill.
Yeah,
Why do we got a lot to fill if we're a good team?
Well, I'll say this.
You know what I'm saying?
We have some of these, quote, voids that we're looking to fill. We can't throw edge rusher into the huge void, because we do that. I know they're not all
But a third
world.
edge rusher is clearly.
That's a luxury, though.
No, it isn't.
At this stage,
no, it isn't.
I think it is.
I don't, because I'll tell you why. Not if you want to win football games, because we've tried it with just 2.
No,
and we don't win.
Well,
so we need an. It isn't. It's
along with more offensive.
Who is the Eagles edge rusher? They just won the Super Bowl. Who is it?
Well, Sweat was great.
Yeah.
They also have.
They're going to let him go. Before that, it was Reddick. They let him go.
Well, if they trade for Miles Graham, they can let him go.
If that's happening,
and they also, by the way, have the best. They have the next Aaron Darnold.
Correct.
Aaron Donald.
For sure.
I say that.
If you get that guy in there too, maybe your edge rushers are probably a little bit better. Is kind of the point,
And then they had that other dude get 2.5 sacks in that game.
My point is, though, that even the edge rusher, I don't think you would put that void over some of the other ones.
Okay, but here's what the Eagles had. They had the Georgia.
And the only reason I use them is because they're the Super Bowl champion.
That's fine, and I like that.
And they have a good D line, so I know that.
And this guy had a disappointing year, but they had the Georgia guy, they had the Sweat guy, and they had my guy. So they had 3. Huff.
Yeah, but Huff didn't do anything.
Huff and Puff.
Huff only had like 3 sacks, though.
Yeah, I know, but
they went and got one.
Well, they went and got one.
Everybody
goes and gets one, but us.
Here's where I think edge rusher comes. I do think that is one that they do. I don't think they're investing a high pick in an edge rusher. That's going to be a veteran sign. We just got to get the right one. We can't be afraid to bring in the litter.
Well, what's a high pick? First or second? You're saying you don't think?
Yeah, I don't think the first 2 rounds would be edge rusher.
I think it could be.
Yeah,
Well, Abdul Carter would.
You might be right. I don't think it will be.
If Abdul Carter's there, would they take him?
Probably, depending on who's there. They would take him over Mason Graham, I'm sure. Or do they take him over Travis Hunter? I don't know. I don't know how the Jags have these guys graded.
That's fair. So it'll be.
I think point being though, this time whether and we laugh, maybe it is Dante Fowler, that kind of guy can give you 6 to 8.
Sign a guy.
Yeah, in free agency.
That's fine.
And let's fill that there. Let's build
okay with that.
Let's build young, the interior on both sides.
I'm okay. I just don't think it's I think it is a void.
I will say
I think a new offensive lineman is a void. I think safety is definitely a void.
Starting
corner is a void. I think defensive tackle is a void.
And if you're going to get rid of
running back's not a void.
And neither is tight end. It's not a void.
Not a void.
But I tell you this, if they release Christian Kirk, second receiver is a void.
Yeah.
A big void.
Yeah.
With an emerging quarterback you want to get right,
yeah.
You're going with Brian Thomas Jr., Gabe Davis, Parker Washington? No thanks.
No.
And if I recall, in his words, he said that we're going to light up the scoreboard. That's Liam Cohen's words.
You can't bring our second. If it's not Kirk, it better be somebody at least as good as Christian Kirk. We cannot stay.
The good news is
lower than that level.
Kirk is available.
Yeah, I think
Christian Kirk ain't going to say. Christian Kirk wants to be here.
Yeah, take
he
the
loves
pay cut,
Jacksonville.
Reconfigure
restructure.
Yes.
Throw me a couple.
That makes the most sense, and still get a receiver around 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Here's the difference. At least in LA, this guy has gotten talent in 5 and 6. Sure, you talk Nakua. Sure, you talk Cooper Kupp. But shoot, that Jordan Winningham came in for them this year, and when their whole receiver core got hurt, and he made plays.
Told you, I think their starting center was like 6th or 7th.
So, let's trust that we can also find talent in those spots, and our whole draft is going to be determined by what the first and second rounders do.
Right.
Because with Balky, the entire success of the drafts have been, what have your first and second rounders do? We've got nothing past that, really.
Also true.
Anyway.
Yeah, we got stuck on draft talk, which is fine.
Yeah,
I like it, but
that happens.
It's good,
The prospects measured, and again, Graham measuring.
I think we'd all be in agreement with this statement. Whoever they take, if they're an all-pro, will be happy. You know what I'm saying?
It needs to be.
If you get with the 5th pick, if the 37th pick, he should be a day one starter, not a draft and develop. Don't give me that crap anymore.
No, I don't.
I'm so over draft and develop.
I don't think that would be the.
I don't ever want to hear that again. We had 2 4th-round picks last year. They played 10 downs.
Yeah, those guys ain't in the building no more. So I don't think we'll have that problem.
We don't need. Yeah, thank you.
Here's the only.
Gotta go.
Here's the only point that I would make about Mason Graham, and the reason we're talking about his quote measurements, is because the Jags are picking 5, and he's been linked so much. It feels to me like defensive tackle more than some of the other positions. That would scare me just a little bit more, but just because of the nature of the position and its ability, that position to dominate in the NFL. It just doesn't dominate in the NFL. There's a good one. There's a handful of greats, but it's not an impact dominant position like so many others are. Mm-hmm. And so if I'm going to use the number 5 pick on the draft, then I need a guy to be a Hall of Famer, an all-pro player, to be a top 2 or 3 at his position,
right?
to gamble a little bit on the size versus the prototypical size of great players at that position scares me a little more there than it would at edge rusher.
And the other reason why
or
Mason
receiver.
Graham is in the news today is because he's a little smaller than anticipated.
That's what I
They
mean.
had him saying he was 320.
Right.
He's 20 pounds less
That's
than that.
it. So it's not just that, like,
And when he stood next to all these guys, he looked a little bit smaller.
Well,
That's
and
all.
so if I'm drafting that position, number 5, he needs to have all of that. He needs to have that great, tape, but also have an incredible ceiling of opportunity because of his physical makeup, I would think, at least. And I would do that more than I would at edge or corner or somewhere else, I think. I'll never have the opportunity to make that choice, Hick. This is the drill. That is the 10-minute drill. Tell them what they want.
641-1010. Come kind, come courteous, come correct.
Get you a pair of tickets to see one night of the Bee Gees. That's happening at the Jacksonville Center for Performing Arts going down March 6th, 904-641-1010.
The drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
For many, it's the happiest place on earth.
At 17 in Players Championship.
Get live Southeast Orthopedic Specialist leaderboard updates.
Covered by Universal Roof and Contracting
Cool Cats Heating and Cooling.
and Beaver Toyota.
On 1010XL.
This is Daytona, the awe-inspiring spectacle of Supercross, and the most challenging course to witness the air-catching, adrenaline-pumping, heart-pounding action unlike any other race in Florida. Daytona Supercross. The biggest names battle it out under the lights at the World Center of Racing. Don't miss it. The gate drops Saturday, March 1st. Secure your tickets and trackside access today at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
And when it comes to insurance, I think we all think the same way. We pay a lot of money monthly. So if you need something happens, we need you. You need to be there. And that's what Craig and Chris Kaprosky do. They're there for us at our time of need. And I'll tell you why. I speak from experience, right? Something happens. You need answers. You call the Kaproskys. They get you the information. They get it right back to you. If they don't answer, they call you right back. 2 words, customer service. They don't take it lightly. It's important to them. And it's important to us, right? And maybe that gets lost in this day and age. Be it homeowners, auto, flood, boat, small business. Get an insurance checkup today. Craig.Kaprosky at goosehead.com. That's Craig.Kaprosky, K-O-P-R-O-S-K-I, at goosehead.com. Or call them, 478-8422, 478-8422. They're Craig and Chris Kaprosky. They're part of the Goosehead Insurance family, part of our family as well.
Don't miss the Players Championship, March 11th through 16th at TPC Sawgrass. This can't-miss event features a variety of activities for every fan to enjoy, from delicious bites to the Sawgrass Splash. There are endless fan enhancements that will make for a memorable experience. Plus, watch the top PGA Tour players, including back-to-back champion Scotty Scheffler, take on the iconic stadium course featuring the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
Best Bet is number 1. That's right, Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine have one-card poker, the fastest and easiest card game to learn and play. Play one card at a time, and the highest card wins even money. If the card values are the same, it's time for war, just like the game you remember. You must be 18 years or older to play. Learn all the games at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
I'm Ben from Beard's Diamonds. My father and I buy our stones direct from the diamond cutters. No middleman, no big company overhead, no commission salespeople, and we pass the savings on to you. Before you buy anywhere else, remember, Beard's Diamonds will beat any competitor's price.
In the St. John's Town Center or at beardsdiamonds.com.
The housing market is as busy as ever on the First Coast. And if you've moved in or moved on, make sure you have a team of trained electricians ready to help. American Electrical can make sure you're up to date electrically and maximize your living experience. Smart home automation services, home theater systems, outdoor and dock lighting, and backup generators. American Electrical can do it all. A team you can trust with highly trained technicians, ensuring you have the best living experience. American-Electrical.com, a leader on the First Coast and powered by professionalism.
Mia O'Brien is going to be the first woman president of the United States of America.
Catch me weekdays from noon to 2 on Helmets and Heels.
And she could run later this year even, and I would vote for her.
All things Mia are driven by Arlington Toyota on 1010XL.
Staying Alive, one night of the Bee Gees, a tribute like you've never seen before. Experience the songs and sights of a full Bee Gees playlist performed live. March 6th at Jack Center for the Performing Arts. Tickets at fscjartistseries.org.
When you're experiencing sudden, unexpected dental pain, the last thing you want to hear is that your dentist can't see you until next week. That's why I'm so glad I found Harbor Dental Care. Whenever I call, they always find a way to see me within 24 hours, and they can usually fix whatever's wrong the same day. Plus, they have locations throughout Jacksonville, so no matter what side of town I'm on, I can always count on the same great care. If you want to find a dentist who believes in treating people right, learn more at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Mia O'Brien here for Projax Roofing. Here at the Superstation, we talk a lot about pros. Pro football, pro baseball, pro basketball, pro sports. But if you want a true pro when it comes to your roof, you should call Mike with Projax Roofing. Mike's been in the roofing biz for well over 25 years, and when you call, you don't get a recording, you get Mike himself. Find Mike's cell on ProjaxRoofingFL.com. That's ProjaxRoofingFL.com. Don't rely on the third string option. Call in the starter with Mike at Projax Roofing.
Ladies and gentlemen, boaters and landlubbers, friends, four-legged and two, this is Lisa the Botanista with a huge announcement. Freedom Boat Club is opening a brand new 4th location. That's right, Freedom Boat Club St. Augustine Shipyard is now open. Now members can enjoy unlimited access at Julington Creek, Jacksonville Beach, St. Augustine Comanche Cove, and St. Augustine Shipyard. Freedom Boat Club members also enjoy reciprocal access to over 400 locations across the world. There's never been a better time to join. We are offering our biggest discount ever to celebrate our brand new location. We own and maintain an entire fleet of boats. Join the club, and as often as you like, you can do water sports, inshore fishing, offshore fishing, sandbar hopping, dining on the water, or just cruising around town. Visit us at the St. Augustine Shipyard or stop by any of our locations to see what the Boat Cierge experience is all about. Visit us at freedomboatclub.com.
Hey, Hicken here, or just call me Dreamfinders Danny. For a limited time to ring in the new year, Dreamfinders Homes is offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down that rate and get in the game. You heard me right. It's 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, welcome back. It's the Drill Friday.
Can you feel it, baby?
Yeah, I can feel it. Good to be here.
Excuse me.
Hanging out here, talking some draft stuff. You know what story I'm getting tired of, by the way?
What's that?
Matt Stafford.
Uh-huh.
Tired of the Matt Stafford thing. Either sign or leave.
Right.
Can we do one or the other? I'm ready for it. You know what I mean? It's like every day, Matt Stafford, does he fit? Does he not? You know? So, I don't know. I'm ready for it to move on. I'm ready for it to move on. So, either go back to the Rams or go to the Raiders. And let's get this quarterback situation shook out. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I need somebody to draw first blood. like Sam Darnold. Well, when free agency starts, we'll see. Sam Darnold will obviously be the first one. I guess we'll see how that goes, right? Like where will Sam Darnold end up?
Uh-huh.
I think he's the one that triggers everything, I guess.
I'm curious how much bread he gonna make.
Yeah, we gotten into the bread talk this week.
We did.
A couple times. Stafford, we got into bread talk.
We did.
Brock Purdy, I don't want to pay any of these guys.
Oh, you're a cheap owner, bro.
I'm a cheap owner. That's bad. I'd be like the
Bengals.
I'd be like the Bengals or the Browns. Don't come here. This guy's an idiot. He doesn't pay.
I'd like to see, and I wonder what would happen if I could get an NFL team to shop like a la carte and not assign everything by position. And I think the example you could use is when it comes time to spend your money, spend it on the best player, not the top need.
Yeah.
And if a lot of teams would have done that, I'll ask you this, and I don't. Is this too far fetched? If Saquon Barkley played for the Jaguars last year, what would their record have been?
That's a great question.
You know, I wonder. I mean, could it have been a 4-game difference?
Maybe.
I mean, seriously, he was that.
Yeah.
Now, I understand the Eagles are further apart, but point being, every single team around the league that signed a guard for more money than they could have added Saquon Barkley. I don't care who their starting running back is. I'm ready for a team to shop. I value like what I can get for a certain price, and if it means I go in, if I go in arrears at a position for a season and I got to piece my way through, oh well. But it seems like by the end, I'm going to have assimilated a lot of talent.
The Chiefs are going to, franchise Trey Smith, their guard.
Yeah.
Who last time we saw him, he was last time we saw Trey Smith, he was getting thrown around like a rag doll.
Yeah.
Super Bowl. But he's obviously a very good player.
I feel like the Jags are going to be committed to building the interior offensive and defensive line with draft picks and use the free agents more around the outside and other positions. That's what it feels like based on what they're saying. And I will also say this, digesting the complete narrative of Cohen and Gladstone and Tony to a degree, it does feel like the commitment on those lines of scrimmage are a lot more interior than exterior. That goes for the offensive tackles and the edge rushers. More of the focus seems to be on the interior of both those lines, just based on, again, their comments more than, my thoughts on it.
Yeah. But, so anyway, looking at a new mock here. That's
nice.
I love the mocks.
We will mock you. Congratulations on your tie last night. I'm just seeing that.
My tie?
Yeah, 7-7. I love spring training.
Oh.
Don't get me started. You said what storyline you're tired of? I tell you what storyline I'm tired of. I'm tired of spring training already because my spring training is like a Jaguars exhibition season. When I turn on the game and I watch, McCabe and then Capel and then Milligan and then Cairo and then Zabrowski bat, doesn't do it for me.
No.
Doesn't take a lot out of the 4-3 win over the Nats last night. TV game.
I'm tired of one thing they've done in spring training is
they started their first front line, by the way, and we whooped them.
They'll play the same teams over and over again because they don't want to bust too far.
And they'll play division teams.
Yeah,
it's like there's no, it's just like practice.
Yeah. But anyway, this mock, this is good news for the Jags. In Tennessee, Tennessee must be getting ready to sign a quarterback.
Yeah,
not draft. Obviously they're. I mean, all the tea leaves tell us they're not taking a quarterback. Okay, so that's what they tell us. So let's say they take Abdul Carter, then they let Harold Landry go. By the way, Cam Ward would go to Cleveland. Shador Sanders in this one would go to the Giants. Travis Hunter would go to the Patriots, and then Mason Graham would go to the Jags. That's how this one shakes down.
That's how a lot of them shake down. But I wonder now, and again, we'll see. I'll tell you one thing. The Jalen Walker, by the way, he was small. He was like 6'1", 235 or something, 240.
Oh, okay.
So if you were playing a guy at edge rusher in the NFL, he ain't doing it at 6'1", 240, I don't think.
Well, they have him going 6 to the Raiders.
That's awful high considering if the measurements matter. That's a mock draft that back-to-back didn't care about the measurements at all because 5 and 6 were measurement losers yesterday.
Yeah. Tet McMillan to the Jets. All the same names. It's just you shake them up and you move them around.
Yeah.
I heard this. Somebody, this Ashton Genty, speaking of Saquon, okay? Here's another guy. Like, there's talk that he's special. Like, somebody described him the other day as Emmett with speed.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a compliment, bro. I mean, that's a heck of a compliment.
That is.
You're about to bring up though. This is kind of there is this what do we say about the running back position when it comes to drafting them high? How you can't draft a running back in the top 10. You can't draft a running back in the first round. You can get him in round 4, and they use this guy and the other guy in the example. Saquon Barkley, where was he drafted?
He was drafted top
number
10.
3 overall. Yeah. Derrick Henry, where was he drafted?
He was drafted
second
late.
round.
Yeah,
top of the second. Bijan Robinson, where was he drafted?
7th. Yeah.
7th overall pick.
Yes.
Jonathan Taylor, was he a first rounder?
I don't think
yes.
so. Was he?
Yes.
Late, though, 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jameer Gibbs, where did he go?
First round.
Josh Jacobs, where did he go? First round. Josh Jacobs went 11 overall, I think.
Okay.
So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the top 6 rushers in the NFL last year were
Derrick Henry was 45th. So
but you had five. What about Jonathan Taylor? I want to confirm as a first rounder.
Sure.
I am too.
Hold on.
The top 6 running backs in the National Football League were 5 first rounders and Derrick Henry middle of the second. So yeah, you can. And next is Kyron Williams,
41st pick for Jonathan Taylor.
So he is second round.
Yeah.
Bottom line is, though, don't wait. Yeah, you can find a running back, and he might flash for a year or two in round 4. The really good ones are going in the top 2 rounds.
Generally. Yeah, that's fair.
Not all of them. I mean, now you get down to Aaron Jones, Bucky Irving, James Conner, Tony Pollard. Those are all mid-round
I
picks.
just bring up Genty because, when when somebody tells me he's Emmitt
That's
Smith
not a
with
jag.
speed,
there's no jag chance there. But yeah.
I'm just like, whoa.
Well, where do the Cowboys pick?
Well, that's 12.
That's who they need to take.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just perfect for them. That's what the Cowboys do. They run that ball.
Yep. I like that Tyler Warren kid. He said, I wore 44 because my dad told me he wants me to play like John Riggins.
Okay. Didn't even know who Riggins was. I'm sure he's learned by now. Yeah. And then he's a good player. He's bigger than I thought. He doesn't look that big on game day. 6'6".
Yeah.
Yeah, 6'6", that kid. 240 was he, too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's, again, that's not a spot where the Jags will be active. If somebody's going to get a good one there.
The safety from South Carolina, this mock goes 18th. So that
second round, then that would be a great pick.
You're not getting them.
Maybe. Whose the mock is it? There's a lot still to go.
They got.
Well, listen, I will say this. If the one guy was at Matt Miller who said he's identified 12 first rounders, that means everything from 13 to 40 is going to be free firing everywhere, right? True. People have different grades on different people. Some idiot team once took Caleb on Chase on 20th overall. That would never pass my. Oh wait, that was us. Never mind.
Oh dear. I got this guy, this Landon Jackson edge rusher from Arkansas had a heck of a day yesterday. Yeah. So he's another one.
Shamar Stewart had a good day from Texas A&M.
But then you also have to
They don't have any numbers. Shamar Stewart had 3 sacks in 3 years.
You got to go look. You got to look.
I'll give you a guy. How far does Princely, Imama Malin fall?
Yeah.
Like, get him. Can I get him in round 3? Maybe I will go edge.
I don't know if you get him in round 3.
Maybe too late, right? He's bigger than he played at Florida.
Yeah.
His measurables. He was bigger than I thought. Like at Florida, he felt more like a 6'1" kind of guy.
I like him because he went after the Gator fan who didn't really say anything that bad to him as he walked off the field.
That in Gainesville.
Ole Miss, yeah. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, well, yeah. He was kind of one. Him and ETN were the two that drew
Landon
the most
Jackson had 6.5 sacks the last 2 years.
That's fine. That's impressive. That's a big number. 6.5 from a D tackle. But listen, then I think of a guy though like Cam Jackson, Hick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Round 3.
Yeah.
How do I know what's Cam Jackson going to be versus Mason Graham or one of these higher tackles? I don't know how there's going to be a big difference.
FSU kid they talked about a little bit, that Farmer kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't like this when they were saying on the positive side for Mason Graham's, again, the measurables weren't what you would hope for if you were, drafting the dream tackle number 5.
You're getting a little bulky on me.
Well, no.
He's getting a little bulky.
No, this is league wide.
Yeah. He's giving me short arms
no,
and crap.
I'm not.
Guy's a baller.
Giving you percentiles, bro. I wouldn't take, listen, I wasn't taking Mason Graham before this. So trust me, I'm not pushing anyone off of Mason Graham. I'm just using the marker. If you're taking that position, number 5 overall, you want to hit everything if you can.
Well, sure.
It's not like he had 12 sacks last year. Again, that's my point. Look at his sack total. What, 3?
Yeah. But I mean,
I know.
I
got you.
Yeah.
That's not above my pay grade.
Yeah. They all rave about the guy, as far as his tape.
Yeah.
No weakness, so we'll see. We'll see. Kind of wish the draft was ready to go. I'm ready.
I know, right?
Kind of excited. What do we got to get through? We got to get through free agency, though. That's coming up.
That's a
2 weeks.
Week from Tuesday. Less than 2 weeks.
That'll be good. All right, let's get a break. We'll go get ready for the 8 o'clock hour. What do we got? I think we're talking to Denny today.
I think we have the Whisper. I know we're going both Iceman and Sharks a little bit later today. Get folks set up for some of this off-season fun that's out there to be had for all you sports fans. And that and more. It's a GFL Friday. That's Green for Life.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. He scoops up the hot topics of the day and takes you into the night with hot talk and truth-telling. Whoa. Rick Ballou.
This is a gold mine. You almost let it get away.
Adding insight to truth for a fresh take.
Yeah, that is amazing. He should work for NASA or something like that.
Evenings on 1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here from my friends at Beaches Dermatology. I've been talking about Beaches Dermatology for quite some time now. Why? Because they do terrific work. And I've been going to them for even longer. Decades, okay? And they've always looked out for me, right? had some Mohs surgeries, had some things burned off the skin. Just check things out is what they do. Doctors Boudreaux, Doctors Metz, the best in the business. Dr. Fader with the Mohs surgery. Shout out Solana Road. By the way, warm weather's coming. TPC's coming. You're going to be out there. Put on that hat, man. Protect those ears. Get that long sleeve dry fit. Sunscreen up. Take care of yourself. And if something does show up on your skin, go get it checked out. Don't wait. Easy to do with Beaches Dermatology. You simply go online, find the location closest to you at beachesdermatology.com. That's beachesdermatology.com.
HVAC system not doing its job? Don't panic. Call the pros at Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Dial 904-862-6769 now and let our friendly team handle the dirty work so you don't have to.
Hi, I'm Karen, owner of Clay Solar Installation Partners, your local women-owned solar company. At Clay Solar, we're more than just panels and power. We're about people. We make the switch to clean energy simple, stress-free, and built to last. If you've had a bad experience with solar in the past, we can help. We specialize in dependable solutions and top-notch customer service, so you can finally enjoy the savings and sustainability you deserve. Schedule your free consultation at claysolar.com.
Jacksonville, get ready to spice up your night at One Night Taco Stand. Every Taco Tuesday, enjoy their mouth-watering tacos for just $2.99 and get your weekend started with 2-for-1 house margaritas. Find fresh Mexican street food, stiff drinks, and fun vibes at One Night Taco Stand with 3 Jacksonville locations in Mandarin, Orange Park, and Southside at Bay Meadows.
Did you know your pup could take 30,000 to 60,000 steps a day at Dogtopia of Jacksonville Beach Boulevard? That's a whole lot of tail wagging fun with their best furry friends. At Dogtopia, they turn playtime into exercise, learning, and socialization in their off-leash, open play environment. Dogs build confidence, reduce anxiety, and stay happy and healthy, all while having the time of their lives. Visit Dogtopia of Jacksonville Beach Boulevard today.
Future NFL stars showcase their skills.
Let's go, guys!
Hodges Mazda presents the Frangie Show at the Combine, opened by Window World of Northeast Florida. Roll through the off-season with AA Automotive on Richard Street and 1010XL, the flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach, WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. When pests invade your home or business, you don't just need them out, you need them out fast. And you need to keep them out. At Terminix, they'll show up for you and eliminate pests quicker, just like they did at my house, because they care about what matters most to you. When pests show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with a pest problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com. That's right, Terminix it.
Mia here. Since 1982, Closets by Design has specialized in creating dream spaces for every budget. My designer, Frances, made the process so easy. She came to my house and designed a beautiful walk-in closet that's already so incredibly functional for me and old Beau Valentine. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation at 1-800-293-3744 or visit closetsbydesign.com. And take advantage of extended savings this month. Get 40% off and another 15% off with 18-month special financing.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. Clayton, I've got a simple question. How much does a 1-carat diamond cost?
Frank, that's an impossible question to answer because a carat is only a measure of weight for gemstones. It'd be no different than me saying, I have a beautiful wife. She weighs 125 pounds, which you'd find is a ridiculous description. Diamonds are graded for 4 factors, and carat weight is only one of those factors. The others are cut, color, and clarity, and each of these factors is graded specifically and set by a certified gemologist in an accredited gem laboratory. So when you ask about a diamond's weight, we're going to tell you more than just the price. At Underwoods, we want a customer to understand how all 4 factors of diamond quality relate back to the rarity and value of the diamond. Needless to say, we all understand the value of a dollar. At Underwoods, we want our customers to know what their dollar buys in diamond value. So if you're shopping for the best, stop by Underwoods.
That's at Underwoods in San Marco, in Avondale, or at the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Gun charges, drug charges. I'm Attorney Malcolm Anthony, and I specialize in handling these types of felony cases. Stay out of trouble. But if you don't, call me at 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW.
Denny Thompson here. You got to check out Tyson's Showroom Home Theater with surround sound and comfy theater chairs. You can transform your living room into a cinematic experience. I could stay there to watch all my games. It's that comfortable. Call Tyson today and bring the theater experience home. Tyson Sound and Security, your security, home theater, and home automation experts. New showroom at 3555 U.S. Highway 17 in Fleming, Iowa.
I'm Stacy, and I want to tell you about my fogged up window fiasco at my house. I called up Mac at Baker Glass. He told me all I needed was a glass replacement. The process was so easy. All within a few days, they came out, measured, called me with an estimate, cut my glass, and came out to install the new ones. Now my view outside is fog-free thanks to Mac and his crew at Baker Glass. And my neighbors think I got some fancy new windows.
I'm Mac with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Southern Oak Insurance. Former Jaguar and NFL Network analyst Bucky Brooks discussed the team's goals for the Combine and building a roster this offseason.
I do like the fact that they're talking about intangibles, guys that love it and are passionate about the game, because the buzzword that people are annoyed with is culture. But the only way that you get that is you got to have a bunch of guys in the building to have a shared set of beliefs.
The Jacksonville Jaguars were ranked 18th out of 32 in this year's NFLPA Teams Report Card, a drop from their previous rank of 5th last year. Players rated treatment of families, head coach Doug Peterson, and the food and dining area as the lowest points. The weight room, training room, locker room, team travel, and ownership receive high ratings from the players. In the East Coast Hockey League, Jacksonville Icemen will take on the Savannah Ghost Pirates this evening at 5-Star Veterans Memorial Arena. Puck drops at 7 p.m. At your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, I'm Sam Nelson.
At 8:03, it's 56 degrees. Time and temp brought to you by Beulah Air and Plumbing.
10XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Need your comments on this report I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Oh, no. What do we got?
It says here, the Rams are set to meet with Matthew Stafford at their facility in person today regarding his future, per sources.
Okay.
Then it says, the Raiders and Giants have discussed a 2-year contract for Stafford that includes $90 to $100 million guaranteed.
Okay, 90. It's 90.
I'd like you to say 2 words, please. Jeff, what are those 2 words?
I was plus 3.
Winner,
Oh,
Dan.
Yeah. Well, we got to get him signed. That's the only thing that's
And
left.
it got to be signed.
Got to get
for
him
$100
signed.
million.
Some of this could be agent talk to get that cash up for him with the Rams.
But if he signs for 90, if he gets $95 million guaranteed,
Dude, just keep
is
going.
The bet he should have made, the full concreted boots should have been Purdy's going to get signed for more than Stafford. That's what he should have gone with.
We didn't even delve into those.
But that's what started it, was Purdy.
No, it was Stafford first.
And then it got into Purdy.
Stafford was the day
It was
before.
Stafford a couple days ago. Then it became Purdy the other day.
But if he signs for $99 million guaranteed, it's still not 100, bro.
He's going to take a win if it's 99.
Am I going to take a win?
He's going to take a
yeah,
win.
He's going to. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Ain't no way. Are you kidding me? 99 isn't 100.
The vino is still in his head. That's all I can
They're
tell.
going on the wine fumes today. They had created quite the scene last night at the wine.
There was
tasting.
a scene.
That's all I can say.
That was a
It's
scene.
not I wasn't there, so it's not my place. To
Bottle of red.
say.
Bottle of wine. Shouldn't have happened, but it did.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we can say.
Well, hopefully the rest of the people had a great time.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
We got to get to the bottom of this.
What do you got?
Gene Hackman deal. It's not good.
I told you
something's amiss.
Something fishy.
Yeah.
Somebody did a murder-suicide.
I mean, the
wife did
door's
it.
wide open.
Something happened.
Door's wide open.
Oh, so it shouldn't be carbon monoxide.
No, it ain't carbon monoxide. He's in another room. She's been gone for a while. She's basically mummified.
Oh, so she
One
had already
dog
died.
dead. The other dog's around, alive.
I need more details. You're just priming the pump here.
I'm telling you, I've just been reading up on it. I want to know what happened. The daughter said, despite him being 95, he's in great health. Now, look, 95, you can expire.
Yeah, you're
at
not.
any
In
time.
great, there is no such thing as in great health at 95.
Maybe for your age.
Yeah, you have. There's a 4-year age, and it's still buyer beware.
I mean, the New York Post screaming today, Hackman mystery.
Yeah, look, that was my thought. It doesn't make any sense to me that all three die at the same time. If it's not, like I said, unless it was carbon. But now you're telling me wife is mummified, indicating she's been dead for years.
Gene Hackman and
When's
wife
the last
suffered-
time anyone saw the wife?
Gene Hackman and wife suffered no external trauma, though, as police complete preliminary autopsies.
Mummification is an external problem for me.
Mm-hmm.
If I come home and you're mummified, we got some external issues. You're mummified.
Yeah.
So maybe no one stabbed you to the point of mummification.
Yeah.
But I mean, doesn't it take a while for somebody to quote be mummified?
By the way, this headline can't be good. Gene Hackman's daughter claims famous dad was in good health before mysterious death. Quote, hadn't talked to him in months.
So how would you know?
If your dad's 95, don't you talk to him daily?
95, good health changes in an hour, much less 3 months. So you can't make a statement on their health if you haven't talked to them in 3 months. Do they say when Hackman died?
I thought he'd been gone for a little bit, too.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But not mummified.
But in a different room.
But not mummified?
I don't know if he was mummified.
Yeah.
But Betsy was mummified.
Betsy's his wife?
Yes.
What about the dogs? Were they little mummified dogs?
Not heard about the dogs and the mummification.
Okay.
But one of the 3 dogs was found dead, but the other 2 were one. One was outside, one was inside.
Yeah, they're survivors, what they are. Darwin wins. Wonder what they ate. Did they eat it in the mummy?
Maybe they ate something.
Ate some mummy juice.
Waiting updates on the cause of death. They're going to obviously try to figure out what happened. She was just 63.
Yeah. It sounds like
the daughters were speculating that they may have died from a carbon monoxide leak, but they were in different rooms. I mean, I guess that could happen.
Yeah. That still seems to make the most sense. If they don't, I mean, if they're a loving couple by all accounts, I don't trust the mindset of a 95-year-old no matter what. You get cuckoo crazy at 95. It's just fact.
Well, 95.
One day you're going to wake up and some screw ain't hitting the right pin, and you're who knows what you're doing. You're walking around in circles. I won't make it to 95, Dan, so I won't have that to worry about. He's deep right now.
Well, I just don't understand how she's saying that we had a close relationship, and then she says I hadn't talked to them for a couple of months.
Yeah, that's not
a couple of months. Is talking. I'm not saying you go visit.
Sure, that's not a close relationship.
Because you live in California, you live in New Mexico. That's a long way away. But I mean, don't you call?
Yeah,
when your daddy's 95, you call, check on him.
Maybe the 2 surviving dogs did it.
They had a wonderful marriage, according to this lady. Yeah, maybe the dogs did it. I don't think the dogs.
From the text lines, the 2 surviving dogs did it. Ha, ha, ha. So maybe they did it. They said, take these old folks out. I want some Alpo. Gas company said there was no sign of a leak or carbon monoxide in the house.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, man. We'll never get to the bottom of this. All I know is we certainly been a talker.
Could have been something between the 2 of them, maybe. But then why would the dog die? Maybe they left out pills.
In other
and the dog
words,
ate the pills and the dog died. I don't know. Like maybe she said.
Maybe they did
he
a
said,
suicide pact.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be
something to that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would say that is definitely would be high on the list of possibilities.
Yeah. Maybe he fell.
Either a double suicide or
what if he fell?
Murder suicide. Maybe he poisoned her and then poisoned himself, or vice versa.
Oh boy.
We're gonna have to get to the bottom of it. I don't know the mummification, what that means.
Well, that just means they've been gone for a while.
Yeah, but it sounds like they but it sound okay. So they still win at the same time. See, that's the problem. If one's mummified, the other went a week later, then it doesn't it doesn't feel like it's like, oh, never mind, I changed my mind.
Yeah.
Were we really gonna do that?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. No, I don't know. But anyway.
63 is way too early to make that decision, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, any age is, to be honest, but
yeah. And then the other thing, and again, remind me 9 o'clock nasty to do the retraction.
The retraction at 9 o'clock.
We have an attraction?
We're going to have a retraction.
He mentioned some earlier.
Yeah, we need to do that.
For the kiddos in the car.
Yeah, kids are still in the car. We're not doing it yet.
Yeah.
We'll wait. But yeah.
I don't remember what the retraction was, but I do remember.
We haven't said what the retraction
was. You never told me what it was off the air?
No.
Okay, good. I don't, that 9 o'clock nasty, I believe I get a little sheepish sometimes. I don't catch all the details.
Boys say. They did say it was just her hands and feet, not her whole body, but still. No one knows. No one knows what happened with the Hackman thing, but we need to get to the bottom of it. For sure. Gators go this weekend.
Some of the suggestions
What?
and hypotheses on the text line are just not fit for reading.
No, we can't do it.
Maybe he killed her.
Then he reads it.
Hated one dog.
Yeah.
So let the other two live.
I never liked that one.
And how did just the hands and feet mummify? I don't know that either. That's a lot more questions than answers here.
We don't have the answers. We're not the answer men on this case. We're just simply trying to figure out what happened.
From the text line, I would pay for a Dan and Jeff true crime podcast. That would be different. Hear us. We would have them
Kicking around theories and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Walk in the room. I do like a little bit of Columbo. I walk in, kind of look around.
Sure. Basically, these true crime podcasts look like the biggest grift ever. You just Google an odd crime, look it up, and then talk about it for 6 weeks. It's fantastic.
There you go.
What a grift that one is, E. And aren't they rabidly popular, the true crime podcasts? 3 people just get in a pod studio and they talk about, like some Dateline case or whatever.
Is that what they do?
Yeah.
That's not right.
We can do that easy.
Yeah.
Get to the bottom of some Jacksonville true crime podcasts.
Oh, dear.
Attack them all. I mean, we're already answering Dear Drill letters. It's just one step away.
Yeah.
What happened to the Whisperer today, by the way? Where's he?
Oh, yeah.
What happened to the Whisperer? Anybody hear from the Whisperer?
Did we hear from the Whisperer?
What's going on with the Whisperer?
What is up? Let's see. I don't know.
My bad. I was taking a phone call. Let me hit the Whisperer up, see what's going on with the Whisperer.
Whisperer might be angry at us.
Why would the Whisperer be angry at us?
No one knows. So I'm gonna jump into some bubble talk here with with college basketball, and God, SEC still has 11.4 expected bids, 95% turning.
Well, then
chance
that's a silly rule because 0.4
Auburn,
can't
Florida,
go.
Tennessee, Alabama, A&M, all locks. Kentucky, Missouri, locks. Mississippi State, 99. Ole Miss, 95. That's 9. Should be in Vandy.
It's so funny because some of these teams, just from watching, like Vandy seems ahead of a couple of those that you mentioned.
Yeah, work to do. Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Georgia. I just can't imagine. I think Oklahoma might be 4-11 in conference. I mean, what are we doing? But like you said, who do you take out? But anyway,
Oklahoma is faring the worst in the net rankings for what it's worth, and I think it will be worth something when they're trying to parse through. At the end of the day, they're left with a 17-11 Oklahoma, who will be 12th in their own league.
Like Georgia at Texas this weekend.
They need to win that game.
That's an elimination game.
Well, the problem is Georgia in the net rankings. They're both top 40. Georgia's 37, Texas is 39.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know where that compares. There are plenty of other good teams, by the way, that are ahead of Georgia in Texas.
Yeah,
that you wouldn't, that aren't front and center when you're talking hoops this year. St. Mary's.
Texas is reeling, by the way. They've lost 5 of 6.
Yeah, and they're not very good. I'm not arguing that 13 should get in.
In the Big Ten,
we don't agree on what the parameters should be.
Whiskey, Michigan State, Michigan, Purdue, Oregon, UCLA, Maryland, the Illini all in. Work to do, Ohio State, Indiana, and Nebraska.
You see, like it's Indiana, Oklahoma. That's the kind of and it's not going to be. And you know who's not going to be included? It's not going to be Indiana, Oklahoma, or New Mexico. That's where it gets unfair.
Yeah.
But when you get down to the bottom down there, there's a handful of teams. I will say that the SEC seems to have more teams capable of winning it all. It seems like they have 4 that could go win it all. Florida, Bama, Tennessee, and Auburn feel like they could. Like at Texas A&M, no one else feels like they could win it all.
Yeah,
those 4 do. The Big Ten. Do any of them feel like they can win it all? It's a great conference.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like any of those Big Ten teams are going to win it all?
Big Ten?
Yeah. They just have a bunch of good teams ranked 8 to 25. They've not had a top 5, a real.
Yeah.
So from the SEC standpoint, that to me is the biggest statement of strength you can make about the league. It feels like Tennessee, Alabama, Auburn, and Florida all legitimately have a shot to win it all. And other leagues may have 1 or 2 teams that could say that.
Yeah. Houston, Iowa State, Texas Tech, Arizona, Kansas, and BYU.
That's probably the second best league to me. Now, the Big Ten will have a deeper number, but those teams, you gave me teams there I could see winning it all.
Yeah.
Houston, even Iowa State.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If healthy.
ACC, just 3 teams, like I said
and
yesterday.
That's Duke. That's it. Nobody from the ACC is winning it all other than Duke.
Yeah. You wouldn't think. SMU, work to do. North Carolina, 34% chance to get in. Wake Forest, 26%. Your Stanford Cardinal on the outside looking in was just 1%.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry too much.
Yeah, that'll happen. And but one part of the reason is, and part of, even though, you could disagree on conference record, and certainly we have, part of it is when you're factoring in those guys at the bottom of the SEC, you're taking in a note, well, they're playing 4 teams that can legitimately win it all. This guy over here only played 1. And that shades your net ranking.
What about the Johnnies?
St. John's looks, you know what? My initial reaction is they can't win it all, but they come from a conference that's won it all the last 2 years. And they're dominating that. The Johnnies they're one that their fans are going to be ticked because they're going to be like a 3 seed because their net ranking's like 16.
All right, here's what we'll do. We're going to get Denny, wrangle him up on the phone line next. We'll talk to him. Cool. We got some other stuff still coming up here in the program. It's the drill on a Friday.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
The Players Championship is the biggest PGA Tour event you can win.
If you can't make it to the Players, let 1010XL bring the Players to you with Southeast Orthopedic Specialist leaderboard updates. Teed up by Renewal by Anderson, custom windows and doors.
The Deck Guys.
And Taco Lou.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hey, folks, Hicken here from my friends at Zero Res. We're ending February. Zero Res always has great deals going on, but if you want to get your carpet clean, call today and get it booked. You got a great deal right now, man. I had my carpet cleaned a few weeks ago. It's unbelievable. Looks brand new, smells great, looks great. I love it. I love Zero Res. They do a great job. I've told you that for years now. Zero Res, man. Get 3 rooms clean, get the 4th room free. Great price, best price, hottest price of the year. And then what do we got coming up for March? We'll have to tune in on Monday to find that out. But Zero Res, man, you spell it forward. Zero Res, you spell it back. It's the right way to clean.
Don't miss the Players Championship, March 11th through 16th at TPC Sawgrass. This can't-miss event features a variety of activities for every fan to enjoy, from delicious bites to the Sawgrass Splash. There are endless fan enhancements that will make for a memorable experience. Plus, watch the top PGA Tour players, including back-to-back champion Scotty Scheffler, take on the iconic stadium course featuring the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
The Beach Boys, Endless Summer Gold. Saturday, March 8th at St. Augustine Amphitheater. Tickets on sale now at AXS.com.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? You have questions? Call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
Learn more about the beautiful game of soccer and its impact on the River City.
What a beautiful thing to behold.
Get an hour of soccer talk on the Sporting Jack Soccer Hour.
That's all I want to know.
Tuesday at 6 p.m. on 1010 a.m.
3D Digital has you covered for any of your business's digital marketing needs. From producing award-winning videos to getting those digital ads to follow your customers around the internet, our team has your back. Visit 3ddigital.com or give us a call at 904-712-4004 to schedule a free consultation today. 904-712-4004.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just the job, but an experienced, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
Catch Gators baseball all season long on 1010XL. Pitched by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. And Renewal by Anderson, the official window and door replacement partner of the Florida Gators.
Bueller, stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, buddy, you look worried.
Worried? I'm apoplectic!
You're Appa what now?
I'm freaking out, Jason. Stupid water heater crapped out, so I haven't showered since Thursday. I start smelling a little funky, blow my big corporate job interview tomorrow. I'll end up settling for some dead-end career selling spatulas on the internet.
Dude, stay cool.
There's nothing cool about a cold shower, Jason. I mean, I know how that sounds, but...
Bueller Air and Plumbing can get a new water heater installed today. The day you call. You could be smelling fresh again by dinner time.
Wait, you can do that?
Put on these sunglasses.
Whoa.
Is that cooler?
Oh, yeah.
Well, life moves pretty fast. If you spend much more time smelling like this, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
AA Automotive helps keep your vehicle in dependable and safe condition. Call Sam, Harry, or Joe, and they'll check your brakes, tires, fluids, electric, and motor, so your ride runs smooth on the road. That's AA Automotive on Richard Street.
When you're experiencing sudden, unexpected dental pain, the last thing you want to hear is that your dentist can't see you until next week. That's why I'm so glad I found Harbor Dental Care. Whenever I call, they always find a way to see me within 24 hours, and they can usually fix whatever's wrong the same day. Plus, they have locations throughout Jacksonville, so no matter what side of town I'm on, I can always count on the same great care. If you want to find a dentist who believes in treating people right, learn more at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the quarterback whisperer, Denny Thompson.
Okay, bring it in.
Brought to you by Tyson Sound and Security, security and automation experts, and George Moore Chevrolet.
1, 2, 3. Give me that boom boom.
Boom boom.
Let's fire up the whisper. Let's whisper some quarterback news.
Okay.
We bring Denny in on the hotline today out of parts unknown.
South Florida.
Yeah. Yes. SoFly.
You driving around in a Lamborghini today, Denny?
No, we don't know who's driving around in the Lamborghini or where that thing's done.
Part of the problem.
We didn't find that Lamborghini yet?
Don't have a lot.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Where's Carson, like, medically, Denny? Are we still kind? We got a lot of other stuff to talk to, but since you're there and that's timely, is there still plenty of optimism? He's, flinging around by fall practice?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, he's doing great. He's had a schedule. You hear that all the time.
Yep.
But it is a thing. And so he is ahead of schedule, and he's doing well, man. So it's I would anticipate, sometime summer him being, given that, or hopefully given that all clear, to for the fall. So I don't think we'll even be really pushing the fall. This is where somebody like Carson's great because he's just so neurotic about this stuff and such a hard worker that this is where that comes in really, really good.
I saw someone say that if this year's quarterbacks were in last year's draft, they would show up behind all 5 of the guys that were picked in the top 12 with, Nix and McCarthy, Penix, Jaden Daniels, and Caleb Williams. Would you agree with that assessment? Would Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders, would they crack that top 5 of yours? Is that a little bit of hyperbole or because we get to this interesting point and at the end of the day, if you're we got 3 teams, the top 3 have huge quarterback needs. Needs at quarterback, and yet you wonder if it's smart to use them now and to use them there on these guys.
Yeah, I think this draft's going to be interesting. To answer your question directly, I think that's true. I don't think if Cam maybe Cam maybe breaks in, but he's certainly, I don't think, 1, 2, or 3. But yeah, I think that class, all 5 of those guys last year would have kept the same order if this was them, with that one exception, possibly being Cam. Now, the interesting thing about this draft is there's actually some really good free agent quarterbacks or trade quarterbacks that's going to happen and be available. And then the following couple years classes are pretty dang good. So it's going to be interesting to see, what people do this year. I wouldn't forget about Quinn Ewers, and I think Jackson Dart will go higher than most anticipate. And then you've got some wild cards like, what does Jalen Milroe do in Indy, and how does he look, and what do people think about him? And then there's, a whole host of guys that have just a ton of college production. And so how many go in the first round, but then what does it look like after that? Because last year we had that run in the first round, and then I don't know that another quarterback got taken for several rounds thereafter. And that happened a couple years ago with Pickett, and I believe it was Malik Willis that year. So, yeah, I mean, it could go either way, but I largely do agree that the top 5 last year would have stayed the same with these guys in it.
Take me through any quarterback prospect's decision from your side to throw or not throw at the combine. Like what are the factors from your side, from your I'm just curious.
It's boring, right? I think it's boring. I think people think that there's this big thing that goes on of, hey, we're going to run or not going to run. And really what it is, it's really just kind of, hey, where are you at on the board?
Mm-hmm.
And then when's your pro day? Because is your pro day 2 days from now, and that's a controlled environment with receivers that we know where they're going to be, and
mm-hmm.
And guys are different throwers too. Like there's some guys that when you put them in that setting, throwing a bunch of routes that largely are very rarely thrown in the NFL, by the way, to a bunch of guys they've never thrown to before, they don't throw great. And that does not matter. It doesn't translate to the football field, really.
Right.
But I think that's all that it is. I think it's a guy's comfort with throwing that style.
Mm-hmm.
And then when's that pro day? If that pro day is right around the corner,
mm-hmm.
Let's see. But then there's also guys who, at this point, they've been training for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
They're just ripping it, and they're just like, hey, I want to get out there and throw. I don't really care if the guy even catches it. Like, I just want to rip.
Right.
So that's what I'm hoping we see this weekend. It's gotten to where very few of these guys participate in the 40 or vertical or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I hope we're not getting to a spot where they don't throw also, but it seems like we kind of are headed that way.
Is it a case-by-case basis then, depending on the client? Okay. So, like if somebody's trying to move up, then maybe it's a good idea just to go ahead and go rip, or if there's some question about your arm strength and you have good arm strength, so therefore I'm going to go show them my arm strength, things like that factor in, or no?
Yeah, I mean, we'll take Caleb last year.
Okay.
And I don't want to speak for Caleb because I didn't have any say-so in this decision. But, what was the advantage of him going out there and throwing?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right? He was like the number 1 pick already. He was working on some things mechanically. And then his pro day was, a few short weeks after.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you look at opportunity in this too. If you're not the guaranteed number 1 quarterback, or if there's not a guaranteed number 1 quarterback and that guy's not throwing, then like if I'm Jackson Dart or if I'm Quinn or if I'm I'm throwing. The whole point of this thing is to win, right? Like,
mm-hmm.
and the way you win is to get drafted high. And so if somebody's sitting out over here and I was on the fence and I'm the next man up, then I'm going to go ahead and rip a little bit and see if I can move up. And worst case scenario, like, all right, if I have a couple bad deep balls or something like that, then we'll hit those in the pro day and get those done.
Man, it's a bad year to try and get better if you're an NFL team that's struggling at the quarterback position, because it's referenced here, these rookie prospects would rank lower than what you normally get. And I feel, guys, for the first time in a while, there's more openings than veteran quarterbacks that appeal to me. At least usually there's an outlier or two. Like last year when Kirk Cousins went to Atlanta, at least there was a lot of fanfare and optimism and the thought that it was going to make a big difference. We felt kind of the same thing, Matt Ryan to Indy or Aaron Rodgers to the Jets a couple of years ago. all these names being bandied, or this musical chairs where all of these underwhelming quarterbacks are just going to take the job of the previous underwhelming quarterback, right? So you're going to go from, Darnold to the Giants, and then Rodgers to the Raiders, and then, Justin Fields to the Jets. And it's just a bunch of musical chairs of meh. I mean, if you're in quarterback purgatory right now, it might be a couple of years.
Yeah. And there's I don't have anybody to give this example for, but I will say there's a whole slew of guys in the NFL that were drafted at 22, 23 years old that have been backups, that maybe one of them get a chance and you find out like, oh, okay, well, this guy can actually play. There's opportunity in this, is my point, for other people, where rarely that happens in the NFL. Usually you have a starter, and it doesn't matter how good 2 and 3 are. The starter's making a bunch of money. And the second thing I will say about this, you lose the draft capital, but the way they do the rookie pay scale, if you do miss on the quarterback, you can go back in 2 years and get another quarterback.
Right.
It doesn't kill your franchise, although you probably passed up on a generational pass rusher to do it. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's quarterback needy league, quarterback dominant league, and just not a great class, but they're going to have to be taken because people have to have the position.
Yeah. Give me
that's why I'm big on Jackson, by the way.
Yeah.
I think Jackson Dart is a guy that, like, you may get him in camp and he may show just like he showed at Ole Miss. He may be like, oh, wow, this guy gets it, because he seems to be a very good processor, have great anticipation.
Yeah.
He's an athletic kid. Like, I think I would take a chance on him.
There's a lot of talk that he'll pass one of the two. I guess it would be Shedeur. It seems like Cam Ward has kind of cemented himself. But I'm shocked that, like, Tennessee needs a quarterback, right? I mean, at least they got to compete with somebody, with Will Levis, right? So, and they're not. It just seems like they're not even considering one of those guys. Very odd.
Yeah, I mean, but then take a peek at the next couple of years quarterback class too.
Yeah, that's true too.
You got Nico, you got Arch Manning, you got Carson next year. There's some cats in these next couple of years that people have been keeping an eye on for 3 years now.
That's fair. That's fair. What about the old guys? Why would the Rams even consider letting Matt Stafford go?
I don't have an answer for you on that.
Yeah.
I really don't have an answer. Especially the Rams, because the Rams have historically been that team that will go get guys at that point in their career and win some football games. I'm not real sure what's going on in L.A. I think that's interesting because, I mean, Matt, we all know Matt is maybe the best thrower of football in the NFL. And he's still got all the juice that you need to win a bunch of football games. I don't understand that either.
Feels like a lot of posturing. I can't. By the way, he would be the one exception. If Matthew Stafford changed teams and went to a team that could contend, it would make a difference. But I would suggest Justin Fields, Sam Darnold, Kirk Cousins, Aaron Rodgers, none of those dudes are going to go to a team and make them a contender. And no contender are going to view any of those guys as an upgraded quarterback. It's an odd little period, it feels like. So.
Aren't we in that? Like, hearing you say that, Jeff, that's such an interesting thing too, because that word contender, like, I mean, everybody's going after one spot. Everybody's going after. I mean, most people think it's a failure if they don't win a Super Bowl.
Just give me, especially
when you go get an older guy.
Yeah, right. That's what you're saying, because you can't have him for more than a year or two. What's the value of Aaron Rodgers if he can't win a Super Bowl now? And he can't. I don't think he can.
No, I would, and that's my point. I'd rather go get Jackson Dart and see a slight improvement.
Yes. And have him for longer than 10 minutes. And by the way, if you are a contender, you already have a quarterback situation better than Aaron Rodgers. If you're not a contender, he's not good enough to make you one. So it's kind of a catch-22. On the text line, somebody wants to know what's happening with Minshew. What's Gardner's status right now? Is he a free agent? Is he under contract?
I think he's got another year. He's got another year. He signed a 2-year deal with Oakland.
Okay. Well, good.
Yeah.
So he'll bounce around. He'll bounce around for a lot of
they're
years.
in Las Vegas now. They're not in
Yes,
Oakland.
that's correct.
Oh, my bad. Wow, that was like 7 years ago.
All right, buddy, get it. Put on that suntan lotion, and maybe play a little golf. And
boys, I am hopping on a plane in like 2 hours and going to Texas A&M. I've been Miami, Charleston, Starkville, back to Miami, then Texas A&M tonight. So it's been it's been one of those weeks.
How's Cromenhoek doing?
He's great, man.
Yeah, he'll be the starter at Mississippi State this year.
No, they've got a competition. There's Blake Shaping kid.
That's right. The one who got hurt.
Really good player.
Yep.
Yeah, really good player.
Okay.
So,
Well, good.
Yep.
All right, my man. Well, we appreciate you.
All right, guys.
Thank you, Denny.
Yep.
See ya.
Hick, a lot are made of measurements at the combine.
Yes.
Right. We're gripping not gripping's too strong a word, but, Mason Graham came in a lot lower than what we thought. It's listed as 320-pound players.
Did we not say this 3 days ago?
Yeah, we did. We hinted at it for sure.
Okay.
Well, it certainly has a possibility. But here is why you should take every time production on the field over any measurement that comes from a tape, from a tape measure or a 40-yard jaunt.
Okay.
Player A, 6'4", 272.
Mm-hmm.
Player B, 6'5", 267.
Mm-hmm.
Player A, 82 and a quarter wingspan. Player B, 84 and 3/4 wingspan.
Mm-hmm.
Player A, 41-inch vertical. Player B, 40-inch vertical. Player A, 10 feet 8-inch broad jump. Player B, 10 feet 11-inch broad jump. I bring these players up because they played at the same college.
Okay.
Player A is Myles Garrett, maybe the best player in football.
Mm-hmm.
Player B is Shamar Stewart.
Okay.
So going into the combine, emerging from the combine, real similar, if not identical numbers, played the same position at the same school. Shamar Stewart had 4.5 sacks in 3 years. Myles Garrett had 32.5 and 7 forced fumbles.
Yeah.
So anybody who's making any comparison between Shamar Stewart and Myles Garrett, because their combine measurements were the same, I refer you to the 4.5 sacks. That's pitiful. You almost should downgrade a guy, should you not, for having those physical skill set and those kind of numbers.
Yeah.
At what point do we not just say that's not enough for that, but he's actually worse than he is? He's a facade.
Yeah.
He's not. He's an airport body. This is an all airport team.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like Tarzan, plays like Jane. It should almost cause you to go down further when you show up with those than it should to raise you up.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is the drill. It's a GFL Friday. That's Green for Life. Trust them for all your commercial roll-off needs.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
From the preseason to the playoffs and every day in between.
Each man individually, preparing himself to be the best he could possibly be. Better than he's ever been. Because that's what it's going to take.
At 1010XL, the season never ends.
Hey, so happy to be part of the George Moore Chevrolet family. And when I tell you family, man, that's what I mean. That's how they treat you. That's what you'll be when you visit the beautiful showroom off Atlantic Boulevard, man. They are so kind and friendly and just there to help you achieve your goal. I got my boy Blue. I got my blue Silverado. I love it. If you want a truck like me, you want a car, you want an SUV, you want electric, pre-owned, George Moore Chevrolet's got them all. I recently drove the Silverado E, the electric. Ooh, that's a ride now. I want to check those out. Can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard? Don't worry. Go to morechevy.com. You'll see all their vehicles that they have right now. Sales, service, parts, never been more easy to use. It's George Moore Chevrolet, gang. Together, let's drive.
This is Daytona, the awe-inspiring spectacle of Supercross, and the most challenging course to witness the air-catching, adrenaline-pumping, heart-pounding action unlike any other race in Florida. Daytona Supercross. The biggest names battle it out under the lights at the World Center of Racing. Don't miss it. The gate drops Saturday, March 1st. Secure your tickets and trackside access today at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
If you suffer from constant burning, tingling, or numbness in your hands or feet, it could be a serious condition called neuropathy. I'm Dr. Nathan Riddle, DC with Riddle Wellness in Ponte Vedra. Neuropathy is treatable, and we have seen great results by using state-of-the-art, non-invasive therapies to target damaged nerves, reduce symptoms, and improve nerve function. Call 904-395-5598 to schedule your free consultation today and learn how you can live pain-free. Call 904-395-5598.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life that you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Offices in Jacksonville. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Rick Julius, licensed in Pennsylvania only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
We don't have too many cold nights on the First Coast, but when the temperature drops, you want to hit the heat button and warm up. That's where Florida Home comes in. They're the AC experts in Jacksonville, and the importance of keeping your heating system in good working order is really important. If it stops working when it gets cooler, Florida Home will leap into action and provide you with the best solution. Heater and heat pump repair service and new system installation. They do it all. Just call Florida Home AC at 777-4300, the official heating and AC partner of the Jaguars.
Staying Alive, one night of the Bee Gees, comes to the Jacksonville Center for Performing Arts Thursday, March 6th as part of the FSCJ Artist Series. For a chance to win tickets, text PLAYLIST to the text line covered by Lifetime Flooring at 641-1010.
Before displaying one of the greatest aerial acts in NBA dunk contest history, D. Brown was pumping his kicks at the Bowl School right here in Jacksonville. From there, Brown would go on to play for Jacksonville University, where his skills would land him as the number 19 pick in the 1990 NBA draft. Brown played for 12 years in the league for 3 different ball clubs, and now is a part of the front office of the Clippers G League affiliate. I'm RJ Saunders, and this Black History Month profile is brought to you by Instant Keys. Fast, professional, locksmith service.
I'm Carl. I'm 68 years old, and I lost 40 pounds thanks to Awaken 180 weight loss. In looking at pictures, I realized that my color wasn't good. I looked bloated, constantly tired, out of breath. It got to the point where I decided it was time to pick up the phone and call Awaken 180. The combination of the diet and the coaching really pushed me over the top. My self-confidence soared. I'm walking. I'm working out. Instead of 68, I feel like I'm 28. I just had my annual physical, and my doctor looked at my blood pressure and he said, "What did you do? What happened?" And I explained that I'm on the Awaken 180 program. I've never felt so good in my life. And as somebody that sometimes likes to take the shortcut, I didn't have to do that with this program. Awaken 180 is my solution for weight loss.
Carl's solution for weight loss, my solution for weight loss. Matt Hayes here. Lower blood pressure, increased confidence, feeling years younger. Want the same results? Then do what we did and make your own at Awaken180weightloss.com.
Upgrade your home with the winning combination of style and performance from Renewal by Andersen. Energy efficient, custom-built replacement windows and doors. For a limited time, buy 4 windows or patio doors and get the 5th free. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. This offer expires February 28th. Renewal by Andersen, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Is your office productivity running at full speed? Advanced Business Solutions has the solution with Xerox copiers. Whether you need high volume printing, scanning, or secure document management, Xerox copiers deliver efficiency, quality, and innovation. With features like cloud integration and mobile printing, Xerox is perfect for any modern office. Let ABS help you streamline your workflow. Veteran-owned Advanced Business Solutions.
Advanced Business Solutions.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Here on The Drill, it's GFL Friday. That's Green for Life. Talking combine, college hoops, Iceman hockey, Sharks football, and more. How's the Dear Drill mailbag looking this morning? Shuffling through some stuff there. Perhaps we'll give you a little Dear Drill on the way out. Try and keep you straight for the weekend. A River Run catastrophe avoided. I'll be there. Be there or be square. I am looking forward to a nice, leisurely 3-hour morning. How that's going to end up. My actual pace may not match my bib color. Y'all don't pay any attention to that. Let's don't talk about that. Let's don't worry about that. We'll be fine. I guess everyone is the Josh Allen to Denny thing kind of went public this week. I guess a lot of folks on the text line are commenting on, congrats to Denny for landing Josh Allen. I know Josh has been working with that what's the right word? like that video evaluation technical side of things, and it's got a name. Shame on me for not knowing exactly what it was. Big game for Florida basketball tomorrow, Dan. I think they win tomorrow, they reestablish themselves. I don't think you want to get to 3, and they could get to 3. You lose tomorrow against Texas A&M and lose to Alabama, then next week they're going to be like, the 11th ranked team, and suddenly they're going to be a 3 seed. I don't buy this argument ever, and I think I got convinced yesterday on the text line. I think being a 2 in the East Regional and playing in Atlanta might be just as good as being the 1 and playing in San Francisco in the West. I think there might be just enough. The difference between being a 1 seed and a 2 seed, and in one of them you're in the West and going through San Francisco, the other you're in the East and going through Atlanta, might be worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to get no fans if you go out there. It's not a big deal. But, man, if the Gators are playing in Atlanta, there'd be a lot of Gator fan there.
Well, yeah.
If you make that deep run. So, it's a big game tomorrow against Texas A&M. Poor ESPN, though. They mushed it. This was set up as a really good game, and then they went and lost midweek games, both of them, Florida to Georgia and Texas A&M to Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
And so now what was set up as a top 10 matchup is a couple teams that are coming off losses in the middle of the week. And I think for A&M, this doesn't matter so much. They are what they are. They're going to be a 4 or 5.
Right.
They go 2-2 the rest, whatever they are. They're going to be a 4 or 5 at their top. They can beat impressive teams, but they also, one thing Florida hadn't done, they haven't lost to a team that's not a quad 1 loss. And most of the good teams are like that. They don't go losing to quad 2s, 3s, and 4s. They don't lose, to bad teams at home. They don't lose to sketchy teams on the road.
Right.
Texas A&M still capable of doing that. But for Florida, these last 3 games are very important if your seeding matters, and it does. So they need to go 2-1 in these last 3 minimum, and minimum 2-1 in these last 3, and it would behoove you to go 3-0, behoove you to beat Alabama and give one more power flex as to the top end talent that you've shown and proved capable to beat.
Haven't we had some issues with A&M of late?
Oh gosh, we've had
a bunch of close games.
We always lose to close games.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to. Did we finally? I don't think we got them last year. I think we lost maybe a double OT last year. We've had a crazy.
A&M's played some close games too, man.
Oh yeah, the SEC is full of that. Oh my gosh, man.
They have. They lost to Vandy by 2. They lost to Tennessee. They lost to Mississippi State. They've lost 3 straight. A&M has. So.
Yeah, then you always wonder, is that good or bad? You want to catch a team coming in playing.
Right.
Terrible. Let's see. Florida.
Shoot, they got Florida and Auburn, too, coming up.
The last matchup, Florida actually won at Texas A&M last year, 95-90 in mid-March.
Mm-hmm.
That may have been a tournament game, actually, mid-March. They must have beat them in the tournament finally last year.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. The last year, they beat them last year in the tournament, but before that, they had lost to Texas A&M 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. They lost to them 67-66, 54-52, 66-63, 83-80 in overtime, and 56-55.
Yeah.
So literally 5 right down to the wire last second games. A couple of those were in SEC tournament games as well.
Yep.
Game day, though, when I said ESPN mushed them, game day is down there tomorrow.
Game day will be there.
Yeah.
Good crowd. Night game. They're not real happy with the Gators losing and then A&M losing. Otherwise, it would have been an even bigger game, but nonetheless, still a big SEC game for. And it's time to give Florida a little bit of due, although they have fallen off the top line. They're in the second line now, so we'll see. But like you said, maybe that'll look. You're still going to have to play. If you're a 2, you got to play a 1. If it works out, if you're a 1, you got to play a 2. So if you make it to the regional final, so.
As they say in hockey, let's do that hockey.
Before we bring in the Iceman coach from the Texan Design by Lifetime Enclosures, damn you, Jeffrey, bald-headed woman is all I hear with this Bee Gees concert coming up.
Yep.
I feel you, brother. Imagine being me. Imagine it's been going on with me. The quintessential example of that, Hick and I and BWR and Mrs. P were driving around at Amelia for an event, and the song came on. Mm-hmm. More Than a Woman, and excitedly BWR whipped her head around to the back seat and said, "Oh, bald-headed woman." That's how far mainstream it's gone.
All right, Sean Teagle's the head coach of the Icemen, and he joined us right now, interim coach. And Coach, how we doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing well.
We're
Doing
doing
well.
awesome.
Kind of an interesting time for the Icemen, obviously. Congrats on your start as the head coach. What's it been like? Responsibilities change when you go from assistant to interim head coach. How's that transition been for you?
Yeah, I think the transition's been pretty smooth for myself. Been coaching a while, so it's not
Right.
a huge change for me. But I think for me, it's just more the day-to-day stuff, the paperwork, the roster changes in the league and stuff like that. But yeah, I got a great support staff in Joe Ernst and Alice Reed, Garrett Cockrell, and Charles Williams, and they've done a great job helping me along the way. And our leadership group here with the Icemen has been unbelievable. So it's been a pretty smooth and pretty easy transition for myself so far.
The winning helps too, right? I mean, you guys haven't you're 3-0-2 since you took over, which is a pretty nice little run here.
Yeah. We've been on a pretty nice little run. We haven't lost a game in regulation, so looking to keep that going. Keep going with the winning ways and keep building on our last game and keep building on our standard.
Well,
here.
you also have a stability of expectation of success, right? Some people call it DNA in sports. So even though you hit a hiccup and you change coaches in the middle of the year there to your benefit in this case, you're an organization that's used to and expects to win, right? And that probably helps do this, that locker room, the front office, all the way through.
Yeah, for sure. I think the standard's there, and our ultimate goal as an organization is to win a Kelly Cup. And I think that obviously that standard's there, but attributed to the players, they've bought into everything that I've been trying to preach and everything that we've been talking about and the little culture changes that we've done, and they've completely bought in and they've pressed forward with it. And all the kudos and goes to them.
All right, Sean Teagle's our guest here talking Iceman hockey. Big weekend coming up, by the way. Big crowds expected, opening up the upper decks. I got a question for you, Coach. I think in hockey you have more like plays off names than anybody. I'm sure they must call you Teeks, right? I mean, every hockey player, he's Sean Teagle, but I guarantee they call him Teeks, right?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Why is that in hockey more than any other sport?
Golf's kind of like that too.
I don't know. It's either you shorten it and it goes with an S on it, or it goes with a Y on the end.
Yeah, we do that all the time. I mean, I'd cross your hick forever.
Christopher Brownie. I guarantee you, every one of these guys. I mean, I don't know what you call.
Sometimes you get a CB. Sometimes they'll throw one of those.
Like the goalie. Yeah. Do goalies get nicknames too, Coach? Do we call Vernon anything or?
Yeah, Vernie's Vernie. And then
is that Mike Vernon's kid? Yeah.
Close goes to closer.
Closer.
So, okay. Little bit of change there.
The culture going to call Teak Dog. What up, Teak Dog?
Culture's weighed in. Got to get the culture to a game first, D.
What you mean I be in there?
All right, okay.
Teak Dog, I see why.
All right, talk about. Listen, we all know. Look, we know what you guys want to do. That's win the Kelly Cup. We know how tough it is in your division. We know how we know all that part of it. So give me a synopsis of what we got coming up this weekend and what we hope to accomplish. Are we looking to get playoff ready here over these last? Where are we as we go through this?
Yeah, I think that's kind of our main goal is the entire time is to look towards the playoffs. I'll be honest with you, I'm not much of a standings watcher. I'm more of a process-driven guy.
Okay.
Our process, I think, is to drive to build for playoffs, and if you're taking care of that process, then the results take care of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But a big thing that we do talk about and thing that we do talk about a lot of time is what we're going to do in playoffs. This is going to help us in playoffs. This is what it's going to look like in playoffs. This is what playoffs is going to look like for us. Even looking at the schedule, like we have a 3-3 this weekend. Like this is possibly what playoffs is going to look like. We're coming off 4-5. It's possibly what playoffs is going to look like with travel. So we're using all those things to kind of key our mental and key our process on the playoffs.
Yeah, I like that. What is the strength of this team this year, do you think?
I think the biggest strength of our team is depth. I think if you look at every position, I think we have depth everywhere. We have depth on D, we have depth in net, but we have depth on forward. I think at times it makes my job a little bit tough with creating the lineup and who's going on the ice and who's going. But it's a great problem to have, and I think that's our biggest key.
For you, and we'll wrap up with Coach Teeks here. But for you spent a lot of time coaching in Canada. basically.
Yeah.
What's Jacksonville like compared to for you? I mean, you've been, because a lot of coaching up in the north where hockey is obviously king. What's it like being down here?
Yeah, I think it's been awesome. I love to hear. I think obviously the weather's great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little bit of a warm-blooded person myself, so the weather's been great. I think the fan support has been amazing. I wasn't sure what to expect coming here and being in Florida in that sense, but being in this rink and getting 9,000 to 10,000 people a night is unbelievable, and I know the guys love it. But it's been nothing but an unbelievable experience here in Jacksonville, and I love it here.
All right, my man. Well, keep it rolling. We'll catch up with you next Friday. Big weekend at home this weekend, so go on out and check out the Iceman again. Big crowds expected this weekend, too, Teeks.
I can't wait for it.
All right, my man. Appreciate you.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
There he goes.
Thank you, Coach.
He doesn't look at the division, but I'll tell you, the Icemen are up to 4th. They got 69 points. South Carolina has 73. The Troy Riviere Lions, the Trois Riviere Lions, have 75, and the Everblades, those hated sons of bees,
those are our rivals,
have 79.
Like the Predators try to be the rival. We just beat that A so much they can't really.
Yeah, they're behind us.
Or the Solar Bears, I should say.
Yeah, the Solar Bears.
I expect more out of the Jaguar social media team.
What happened?
This is just from a couple days ago, or maybe this was, I don't know when they posted this. Yeah, this was posted on February 26th. I don't know the reason that it was posted, and it's not necessarily a knock on the two guys that they're featuring here.
Yeah.
But you got to have a little bit more. Somebody in the social media department needs to be older than 12 to never make a mistake like this again. But just for the record, they sent out an ETN and Tank. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I saw it.
They sent out a shot of ETN and Tank Bixby on February. I don't know if it's one of their birthdays. I don't know the reason. But they sent out a photo of the two together, and then they glossed them with a little phrase, Hick. And you know what it was. I can tell by your reaction. They then glossed that photo, E. Did you see this?
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, thunder and lightning. Yeah, no. We've had a thunder and lightning. We don't now. And by the way, the real thunder and lightning here were about 8 million times better than this said thunder and lightning. I know it's a small thing. I know it's an oversight, but yeah, let's don't let that happen again. Yeah, we've had a thunder and lightning, and they, unlike these two, were accomplished and productive and deserving of a moniker. So, yeah, no. Swaggy and
the Lions guys, that's fine. You got to do a lot more before we get nicknames.
Well, and even the Lions guys, are they Thunder and Lightning also?
No, they're Sonic and
Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah. And they do it, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, but even if
they deserve it.
Even if our guys did it, they can't be Thunder and Lightning because we already have that in our history.
Yeah.
I mean,
can't have it.
Sure.
Got to do better.
I'm just saying.
Scott Leffler is being named the new quarterbacks coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. Shout out to Ox Gator, who once used to.
Got him in the airport.
Got him in the airport.
Yeah, he would have cost those.
Yeah.
Those quote
Ox
celebrities.
Gator get a celebrity in the airport. If you're a celebrity and you see Ox Gator, you better go the other way because he's going to say. Although he did try to go mano-a-mano with Dennis Rodman, and that didn't work out so well.
No. And Bruce Pearl may have dropped a go F yourself on him.
That's
I enjoy that. That's like, hey, you know what, buddy, go F yourself.
Yeah.
You know what he did? He went up to Bruce Pearl at the help desk at the gate there for the flight. Said, "Don't worry, coach. They're not checking for recruiting violations." Pearl turned around and looked at him. Go F yourself.
Yeah. Great moments.
Rodman just extended the middle finger, didn't he?
Rodman, though, was on like the shuttle thing.
Didn't he just put his middle finger in his face?
I don't know, but it was an uncomfortable situation where the Gator thought he might be.
Yeah, he said something to Rodman. Rodman wasn't playing. I think Rodman may have got the middle finger right in the face.
Yeah, it might have been that.
Rodman like 6'10", man.
Yeah, you don't mess.
That may have been the end of the bit, by the way. It might have been the last one.
Was Rodman the last one?
I don't know. I don't know for sure. Where he antagonized him. We still do. He cites him, but he used to go antagonizing me.
He didn't antagonize, but it was a good one with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, yeah.
Coming off the elevator when he told me he wanted to spread his wings like a peacock and fly. One of his lines from the other guys. So
yeah.
Good stuff. All right. We got 9 o'clock nasty. You ready?
Oh, stay ready.
Retraction coming up next here on the drill.
This is big. These guys really messed this one up.
Oh,
not us. Somebody did. Who brought it up here?
Yeah, that'd be me.
We just read them.
It begins with a dream and a plan, and ends with those two magical words.
Touchdown, Jacksonville!
1010XL.
These days, we do everything from our phones. That's why JEA's app lets you manage your utility services anytime, anywhere. Whether you want to view your account, pay your bill, sign up for programs, or check the outage map, you can do it all right from the app, when and where it's convenient for you. Because we want to make doing business with us as quick and easy as possible. Download the free JEA app from the App Store today. JEA, your community, your utility.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Hey, imagine having a doctor available to you any day, any time. It's my doctor, Rick Townsend. Doc, he said, Hick, I'm going concierge. I said, what's concierge, Doc? He said, well, you don't feel good, you come in and see me. I said, oh, I like that. He said, if you're having some sort of medical emergency, you call me anytime. I'll tell you what to do. I said, oh, I like that. It's kind of like being a member of an exclusive golf club, but the cost will surprise you. As far as doctors, I can vouch for Rick Townsend. He's been my doctor forever. Navy trained, graduated from Wake Forest, fixture in our community. He can do anything. Yearly physicals, office or virtual visits, cancer screenings, referrals to specialists, hospital follow-ups, you name it, Doc D's got you covered. Take away your health worries. All you got to do for your answers, mypvconcierge.com. Check that list out, mypvconcierge.com. All the things that you are wondering, you will get answered at mypvconcierge.com.
Mia here. You want to know what I'm so over? Resolutions. You want to know what I am into? The revolution hitting the road in a new Toyota from Arlington Toyota. So what do you say? Join the Arlington Toyota Revolution and save big with financing as low as 0% on select new models. Or get up to $8,500 off select new Toyotas. Plus, every new Toyota purchase from Arlington Toyota comes with Arlington's lifetime warranty and 60-day exchange. Shop in person on Atlantic Boulevard, just a quarter mile east of 295 or at arlingtontoyota.com. Visit arlingtontoyota.com/0% for full details.
Don't miss the Players Championship, March 11th through 16th at TPC Sawgrass. This can't-miss event features a variety of activities for every fan to enjoy, from delicious bites to the Sawgrass Splash. There are endless fan enhancements that will make for a memorable experience. Plus, watch the top PGA Tour players, including back-to-back champion Scottie Scheffler, take on the iconic stadium course featuring the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
1010XL celebrates African Americans who positively impacted the First Coast. I'm RJ Saunders, and I'll share Black History Month stories with you throughout February. Black History Month on 1010XL is brought to you by Instant Keys and McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation Center.
Yo, it's your main man E.T. here, and it may be hard to believe, but spring break is just around the corner. Are you ready for some adventure? Whether you're kayaking on Black Creek, hiking through Jennings State Forest, or enjoying live entertainment, Clay County is the perfect place to relax and explore. Plan your trip and find out what's happening at exploreclay.com. And don't forget to share your adventures by tagging #ExploreClay on social media. Come on, somebody.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Home of the Jaguars, WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach, WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
The Jacksonville Icemen are back at home this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday against the Savannah Ghost Pirates and Greenville Swamp Rabbits at VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena for Military Appreciation Weekend. Presented by CSX and the Nimnick family of dealerships. Join as we honor our military with special jerseys and pregame festivities. Friday and Saturday's game time 7, Sunday at 3. You and your family can take a shot on goal on the ice after the game. Tickets at Ticketmaster, JacksIceman.com, or call 602-PUCK. Iceman Hockey is #Frozen Frenzy.
Winter is almost over, and the Epic Florida heat is on its way. You need reliable air conditioning. Epic Cool Heating and Air is here. Take advantage of the Epic Gold membership program and use one of your 2 yearly tests of your entire AC system. You know it's going to be epically hot, so be epically prepared. Plus, no interest financing for 18 months. That's epic. Visit EpicHVACService.com today and trust the experts at Epic Cool Heating and Air to stay epically cool. That's EpicHVACService.com.
E to the T here, and Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find the scratch kitchen that comes through in the clutch every day, from lunch to late night? only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar. Come on, somebody.
What could you do with an extra $75,000 right now, or even a couple $100,000? If you own a home, you can get that money in less than a week with Loan Pronto. Hey, Prosser here. Loan Pronto is the leader in quickly converting your home equity into cold hard cash, so you can pay off all your credit cards or start that home remodel. Loan Pronto has several easy options to let you access the cash from your home. There's virtually no paperwork, no cumbersome process, no junk fees, often no appraisals. Listen, the average homeowner now has over $300,000 in equity. That's your money. Use it. One client got $150,000 out and paid off all their credit cards, 2 car loans, and a personal loan, cutting their monthly expenses by $1,500. You can get approved in as little as 1 day, so act now with no hard credit pull up front. LoanPronto.com or 904-999-1508. Get the money you need for anything at 904-999-1508 or just go to LoanPronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Mia here. Since 1982, Closets by Design has specialized in creating dream spaces for every budget. My designer, Frances, made the process so easy. She came to my house and designed a beautiful walk-in closet that's already so incredibly functional for me and old Beau Valentine. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation at 1-800-293-3744 or visit closetsbydesign.com. And take advantage of extended savings this month. Get 40% off and another 15% off with 18-month special financing.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. Following a loss to Georgia on Tuesday, which Coach Todd Golden described as disappointing, Florida men's basketball team will compete against the 12th-ranked Texas A&M Aggies tomorrow evening. Tune in to 1010XL to hear the game live starting at 8 p.m. The University of North Florida men's basketball team will start the first round of ASUN championship play this Sunday. They'll travel to Florence, Alabama to compete against Austin Peay. Game is scheduled to begin at 7 p.m. Bowles has not previously won a state girls basketball championship trophy. Until this week, they had never qualified for the Final Four. They'll compete against Somerset Canyons in the Florida High School Athletic Association Class 3A girls basketball semifinal in Lakeland this morning, starting at 9 a.m. And that's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 9:07, it's 60 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
This is a fair point right here, and the people said it at the time. But speaking of the Thunder and Lightning, can we get assurances from the team moving forward there will never be another Trevor Bank? That didn't work well.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that didn't go well.
That was bad.
I'm assuming Trevor Bank was a particularly bad game. I don't remember. I do remember
it was
they
the
lost,
beginning of the year. That's all that matters.
So we maybe even won that one.
Hey, I got one word to say to you.
I'll let you boy.
Manilow! Across the crowded floor, you work from 8 to 4.
He loves Manilow.
At each other, who could ask for more at the Copacabana? Sing it, Barry.
So lucky you didn't grow up when I did. This music.
Here at
This is terrible.
Copa.
It's awful.
He loves
music and passion.
Imagine you were in a time in American history where you turned on the radio. That's what they played.
Oh, yeah.
That's what was appealing.
You know what you do? You tap your foot and dance a little bit.
You know what you do is you hold your left elbow out and have your 8th cigarette before noon. That's what you did back in the day.
Yeah.
Everybody smoked a cigarette. You know, back in the day, the NASCAR drivers would literally pull heaters while they drove the race.
While they was driving?
Yeah. They would smoke cigarettes while they were racing around Daytona.
I know who would. Dick Trickle.
Yeah, he's not afraid. That's a real name.
That's a name.
Chuckle. That's a real name.
Oh, man.
Dick Trickle.
It is 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Dick Trickle.
I mean, for anybody who's just seen any of you Trickles out there, the family lineage, don't name your kid Dick.
Or Richard.
No, seriously, man.
Richard
Dick Trickle embraced it, man. It wasn't like he shied away. I don't even know if he knew there was a double entendre working. He was Dick Trickle, dang it, and he was going to race today. And he was going to smoke a pack of Winstons by the halfway
Dick would
point.
smoke now.
They all would.
Mm-hmm.
Guys are riding around with their elbow out like they're taking a Sunday drive through Middle Tennessee. I mean, what in the world? Just built different, those boys back in the day. Huh.
Oh, dear. All right, let's get this out of the way.
What do we got? Yeah.
Boyfriend of the University of Mississippi student at the center of a viral internet rumor spoke out on Thursday.
This is Mary Kate from Ole Miss that we just beat to hell a couple of days ago.
The unbelievable rumors about my family and Mary Kate's are unacceptable and need to be addressed. The accusations are unequivocally false. My faith in my father and our relationship is unwavering. He is wholly innocent and being unfairly slandered with no opportunity to speak on his own behalf prior to these horrendously false accusations. Please know that spreading outrageous accusations with no regard to veracity is inexcusable as starting the rumor itself. What we say and believe have real consequences. I pray we can use this painful moment to learn and grow going forward. Specifically called out ESPN personality Pat McAfee, former NFL player Antonio Brown, and Barstool Sports for amplifying the utter and complete lies.
Thank God he didn't listen to the drill. We have a lawsuit coming.
Oh, my gosh, yes. Woo.
McAfee brought up the rumor on his titular show during an interview with the NFL insider Adam Schefter. Okay. Barstool
Shefty
Sports
wasn't playing that. I'm not playing that.
Barstool Sports personality Kevin Clancy discussed on his personal social media accounts. ESPN declined comment. Barstool Sports Dave Portnoy denied his company played a hand in spreading the rumor.
Well, we spread it. We all played a hand in just buying it.
On a GoFundMe page, Cornette wrote that she has been a victim of a deliberate and coordinated cyber attack. She's hired legal representation and forensic data investigators to look into the matter.
So this is like an old boyfriend or somebody that just hates these people and just went full on lie, and everyone just ran with it.
In an Instagram post on Thursday, Cornette described the rumors 100% completely false. It's quite frankly inexcusable that such disturbing accusations went viral. During this difficult time, my family and I have been overwhelmed with support. Thank you. It mattered. I especially appreciate the support from those who knew me well enough to know how ridiculous this is.
And that the only good side of this is, in fairness, the country will gravitate on this. In a month, you won't remember what this girl looked like. Right. And if you're there living within that circle, you realize how stupid and ridiculous it is. It becomes much smaller, much quicker. But, man, that is just... I mean, that poor girl, she had to go hawk to a girl without the hawk to a part.
Easily.
I mean, that just got
poor little thing.
I mean, who comes up with that story and runs with it like that? By the way, the guy's response, not worded strongly enough. Hers is okay. Stop with the accusations. There's no accusations, pal. You got to use rumor, story, lie. You can't use accusations about that, can you?
No.
That was a big mistake. He kept using the word accusations. Accusations lends a little credibility. Yeah, we can't. And that doesn't even reach the level of accusation. These lies, this libel, this whatever it is you want to call it.
Yeah, I clear that up.
Let's just go ahead and you want to go ahead and talk Sharks football here with
Why
the
not?
head coach.
Got the coach in.
Yeah,
Let's get him up
pull
here.
A chair, Jason Gibson,
no pretense.
Or what they call him if he was down there with the Iceman, Gibby. But we have one of those already. Maybe Gibbsy.
Gibbsy?
I mean, I don't know. Hick, you were the one that was... No, I'm not saying for you, pal. Yeah. This isn't our moniker.
No, just hockey guys get nicknames. They all do nicknames.
That was my nickname in college, Gibby.
Gibby.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, Gibby's the easiest
nickname. Yeah, we got a Gibby here already. You can't have that one.
I don't want it. That's why I left it there.
I left it there.
Leave it there.
Do you have one now? If anyone calls you anything that's not flat out Jason or Coach Gibson, what would it be? Do you have one? Is it Jay? Is it anything? Gib?
No,
still Gibby.
Literally been coached for a while. It's a funny story. Out of high school, going to college, they called me Boomer. I had a long blonde-haired mullet.
I gotcha.
And I wore number 7. I played quarterback, and I was at Maryland.
Were you a lefty?
No.
Okay.
But everybody compared me to Boomer Esiason, so everybody called me Boomer. And then when I got to college, I dropped it because I didn't want to be called Boomer.
Yeah, but good for you.
Anyway,
yeah,
that's fair. How are you?
I'm doing good. How you
ready
guys
to
doing?
roll? We got camp coming up. When do we start? Monday?
Man.
What do we got?
I had him in here a few weeks ago, and there's just optimism on just
how many guys we got
going into year 2.
38.
38?
What do we
How
keep?
many do we keep?
21.
Okay. Competition is what
3 on the practice.
We're not having what we had last year around here.
Better not, or you won't see me anymore.
See that right there? It's warm. That's called a hot seat.
Yeah. Nah, I'm good. Don't worry.
I'm not. What do we got? You got your quarterback back?
We got the quarterback back. We got...
That was big for you last year.
What was it about him and what happened? I mean, what was it about him and
Well, he'd won the championship in this league before already.
Yeah.
He's just one of those guys. He's one of those guys that steps across the line and he gets it. He sees it. He's smooth. He understands he can make every throw. He can run. I mean, he just gets it, man.
And the indoor game, like every level of football, the quarterback is so important.
There was two things. Him and I went and signed some pretty darn good offensive linemen.
Okay.
And at the end of the year, and then they came back. And in I don't care what league we're talking about. If you don't have a quarterback and O-line, you're not going to win.
And we've talked about it in this league so much different than the one you came from was that the running game is a lot more traditional. Look, it's not that same.
Yeah.
You know,
we made a huge pickup late. I think last time I saw you wound up signing Jimmy Robinson out of Bethune-Cookman from Palm Coast.
Okay.
Nice.
And Jimmy's led the IFL in rushing 2 straight years with 1,000 yards. And the field's only 50 yards, man.
Right.
So when you have 1,000 yards rushing, and you got to figure the average possession starts at about the 15 or the 20-yard line, so you're only talking about 35-yard drives.
Right.
Yeah, that shows you how
he's got 1,000 yards 2 years in a row.
Do you get the same advantage that like local colleges being here in Florida, the talent that matriculates out of Florida that you can keep up from, in the past?
Yeah, I do. I tried it. So we just picked up a kid, K-Ron Ashley, that was actually playing in Quad City that I knew was here. Played at Potts.
Okay.
Yeah. He was dynamic, and we made a trade. I traded a lineman for him, pick him up, bring him back home.
Trade.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I like
Big
trades.
time. Yeah, it was good. So
hey, we got not to make excuses for last year, but we got kind of screwed with the schedule, if I remember correctly. Like we had all the best teams right on the rip.
It was tough.
Does how's it look this year? Have you looked at it? Have you evaluated it? What's it like?
I mean, if you're going to if the playoffs are based upon the record in your division, then let me play the teams in my division.
Right.
Last year, I think out of 16 games, we played 8 division games. I mean, that doesn't do me any good. I want to play the teams that I'm accounted for. So this year we did.
I got some questions about some of these teams.
So it's a good schedule for us. I'm excited, and some of the harder teams.
How hard is to keep up with the, you don't have the mainstream freedom flow of information that you might at other football leagues? Do you have like an assistant who's combing the constantly keeping up with all the roster shifts and change?
No, the league does a great job. I get a transaction report every day, man. It's wild.
And these names register with you when you see them?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's so many. The transaction report of all the teams. I mean,
gotcha.
the league's very detailed as far as it comes out every Monday morning from the league commissioner. We know who's traded, who got picked up, signed, things like that, and so we track them all.
Who are the Fishers Freight?
So Fisher Freight is Indianapolis. That's a expansion team. That's actually the ECHL team, the Indy Fuel.
Okay.
It's the same ownership.
Okay.
And that's the pattern of the league now is getting the hockey and the football to be working together under the same ownership. So the Indy
Fisher's
Fuel,
Freight.
it's right outside. It's a brand new,
probably Fisher, Indiana.
Brand new arena. It's gorgeous.
Okay.
I mean, gorgeous. So
all right. Is that the only expansion team?
That's the expansion for this year.
Okay. How many teams do we have?
14.
Okay.
They got 4 lined up for next year already.
Oh,
well, you got to love that stability too.
Yeah.
I mean, we came from a situation you never knew. Sometimes week to week.
Yeah, and so now, I mean, they had a league called the other day. They said within 3 years they'll be at 24, and then they're going to shut the doors.
Good,
which will be good. So it's good for the league. Good
it'd be
stability.
nice.
How much does a franchise cost these days? Do you know?
Just to get in, I think the buy-in's $500,000.
$500,000? What do you think, Prosh? You want to own a team?
We got enough going on. Yeah, I don't want to have to. Sharks are great friends of mine. I don't want to poach their head coach right out of the gates. It'd be a bad start.
Okay.
2 teams in Jackson.
I like it.
Like the live in the PGA.
You got that one, Steve?
Yeah. I recall too, like geographically, this league can be a little tougher on you.
It is. They've got some good expansion coming on the East
You
Coast.
got to go to Tucson, man.
Yeah.
You got a trip to Tucson.
Last year you went to like Portland.
Tucson's the cheaper trip. Tucson's cheaper than Indy. Indy's the most expensive plane ride on the trip. It's crazy.
Did you guys go to like California, San Fran last year?
No, we didn't. We went Phoenix.
We
went Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
We went 3 of them like back to back to back. This year we got to go to Green Bay, of course, which is great. That's a good
go
trip.
to Des Moines.
Des Moines, Quad City,
Worcester.
Mass.
Got to go to Worcester.
Worcester. No, they moved to Lowell.
They're in Lowell?
They're in Lowell.
I'm just looking at the schedule here.
Yeah.
It says Worcester.
So, but the same teams. You know.
All right. When is when is the home opener?
April 6th.
So it's almost here. Is that the season opener? Is it
No,
home
we
this
go
year?
to Boston. We go to Massachusetts against the Pirates.
You got a game here in a month.
20-something days.
Camp opens. You said Monday.
Monday. They
so
roll
boys
in.
better come. They know they better come in ready. We're not putting up on any of the slow start from last year.
League only gives
Heads
you
will
14
roll.
days.
Huh?
14 days.
14 days.
Boomer says heads will roll. Hick.
How much do you want to? How much do you get to practice on indoor versus like when you during camp when you get ready?
0.
Yeah. Is that bad?
Yes.
So you wish you could kind of get a
Yes.
little.
And obviously last year we were in the flex field sometimes, but because of the construction, that's kind of out the window too. That kind of hurts me as well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So
where are we holding camp?
Oh, we're always at University Christian. It's great. It's a good setup, man.
Oh yeah.
It's a great setup for us.
Oh yeah.
You know, as far as facilities, but
yeah.
You know, I wish you could get inside, but with hockey and graduations and concerts and all that stuff, it's just hard.
That's fair.
They tattooed this information on his inside, on his bottom foot because they can look at it. Ticket number? How do we get tickets?
Lord, thanks, Steve. Kern. 904-621-0700. Trust me, if I walk out of here without saying that number.
He's got it stenciled on him a few places.
I'll have a text message before I get out of the car.
Or go to jacksharks.com. They got great ticket deals. It's a great way to get through the summer. The football action is fun
awesome.
And it's fast and we are lucky here to have, our teams here are good. The Shrimp and the Sharks and the Icemen, and that's a big bonus too. But you'll love the atmosphere. We fill the arena sometimes. It's fun.
It's the 15th year, man. They got a lot going on.
Has anyone in the 14 years ever done the Dolphins run the table? Totally undefeated.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't think
that's
so.
That's why I asked you. You're the historian.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, that's what we're going to do.
I have to check that out from the league.
Run the table, brother.
That's
Run
pretty
it,
good.
Gibby.
That's pretty good.
Run it, Boomer.
That's it.
Okay. I know we started something.
Yeah, that was probably a mistake telling him that. All right, that's Sharks head coach Jason Gibson. Get those tickets. And we got a home game now, just barely over a month away, April 6th. And, keeping that football fire burning through the, quote, off season. It's always great fun with the Jacksonville Sharks. Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping
guys.
by.
Thanks,
We'll
Coach.
talk to you again. Back with more next. This is GFL Friday on The Drill.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Ready to ride, guys?
Driving all over Duval with sports talk made just for Jacks.
Fasten your seatbelt.
This is 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Did you know your pup could take 30,000 to 60,000 steps a day at Dogtopia of Jacksonville Beach Boulevard? That's a whole lot of tail wagging fun with their best furry friends. At Dogtopia, they turn playtime into exercise, learning, and socialization in their off-leash, open play environment. Dogs build confidence, reduce anxiety, and stay happy and healthy, all while having the time of their lives. Visit Dogtopia of Jacksonville Beach Boulevard today. Are you embarrassed by your ugly, cracked concrete driveway? Stop by Stone Core on Phillips Highway for all your outdoor living needs. Let them show you how a durable paver driveway can enhance your home. Visit stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
Hey, it's certainly interesting economic times. It always is. But for me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with my guys at ITB Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. They got experience, they got expertise, and they got knowledge. And that's Chris Bryan and Jeff Hartman. That's Reagan Wright, Dan Abel. It's Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. Those are my ITB partners, man. And you know what? They will sit down with you individually. They will listen to you and help you achieve your goals. Your goals become their plan. So get in the game. ITB Partners are always there to help. You need info, Chris at ITBPartners.com, Chris at ITBPartners.com, or call 312-9751. That's 312-9751. They're ITB Partners, man, and they're my financial partners for life.
This is head coach Matthew Driscoll from the UNF men's basketball team. When our players suffer an orthopedic injury, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist gets our players back on the court pain-free.
We appreciate the endorsements from our high school and college coaches. This is Dr. Kevin Murphy. Next time you need orthopedic care, you can rely on our team at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
You
don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer. Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, congratulating our Scholar Athlete of the Week, Danielle Paul, senior basketball player and track and field athlete at Mandarin High. Danielle is a member of the Student Athlete Leadership Team and the National Honor Society. Congratulations, Danielle.
When it rains, it better drain. If storm drains on your commercial property aren't doing their job, this is a major liability that needs to be corrected. Call Duck Duck Rooter to have your storm drains jetted and cleaned with our powerful vac con truck. We'll clear the way for better drainage. Call 904-862-6769. Visit DuckDuckRooter.com. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jags. Duck Duck Rooter, your fully insured certified plumbing and underground utility contractor.
Find the middle of the fairway with your drives. Get the golf tips and talk to keep you straight.
That's a great tee shot.
On the Edwin Watts Golf Hour. The Edwin Watts Golf Hour. Saturday morning at 10 on 1010XL.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T.
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ORDER to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text ORDER to 42424. That's ORDER to 42424.
Yo, E.T. here, and beat the winter blues with fun activities in Clay County. Some of my personal favorites are a hands-on aquaponics class at Reparation Earth, or diving into the action at Nakima Anime Bar, where you can join weekly gaming and cosplay tournaments. Clay County always has something going on. Plan your next date at exploreclay.com and share the fun at #ExploreClay.
The Beach Boys, Endless Summer Gold. Saturday, March 8th at St. Augustine Amphitheater. Tickets on sale now at AXS.com.
Hi, I'm Malcolm Anthony. Have you been charged with a crime? You don't have to face it alone. I'm here for you. Stay out of trouble, but if you don't, call me. 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW. in the 904.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Uncle Leo's back! Woo! What a day! Take it, Leo. Come on now.
You got the better of me.
Leo will tell you.
Talk to Leo.
Come on, Leo.
Your fingers and I'm walking
like a dog.
Ooh.
Hanging on the leash. Ow! I'm in a spin.
I'm in a spin, you know.
Spin.
On a string, you know.
Come on,
spin.
You make me feel like dancing.
Left side, east side, Jacksonville.
You make me feel like dancing.
Now the west side.
You make me feel like dancing.
Take it north side.
Everybody.
Oh. This is the part. This is where we run
Big
it.
finish.
Oh, I can't do it. All right.
I like it. Thank you, E.
Safe to return.
Thank you very much.
fine. I'm having a great time till we get to that little squealy acapella part. Then I
so good.
I seize up a little bit when that happens.
So good.
Seize up.
Got to play this tomorrow when you're on mile 6.
Yeah, I'm glad to see. I got a couple of things going on here. I got to ask a question that us old folks ask every now and then, Dan. But when I got a new phone, I went from my other phone and every phone that I've ever had. If you want to wear earphones or earbuds, non-wireless, like wired, you had like a little mini plug, right? Dan, like this. Looks like this.
Yeah.
So like what I'm wearing. Well, this new craze is because they always got to find a way to nickel and dime you and get another $20 out of you. They now change the input jacks on your phone to where headphones, they're no longer those plugs. They're now, more like the rectangular kind of flat looking, like you would say to charge a phone, to plug in a phone charger. Makes me angry. All my earphones that I plug in, because I don't want to wear wireless while I'm jogging along, to your point.
Okay.
Because I'll pop them out or I'll lose them or the maxes will get too heavy. I just, I want to plug it into the thing and go there. And so now I'm going to have to go do that today. I don't have any shoes. I've done nothing. I mean, I waited till literally past where they told me I could sign up to sign up. So I'm just, running on fumes here, buddy. But I did look. And so when I do Paris tomorrow, it'll be a beautiful 64 degrees. When I die of heat stroke or exhaustion or hyperventilation or whatever it takes,
we have a man down.
Mile 7.2 somewhere.
Mile 6.
Yeah,
down.
I call it mile 7.2. I'll be right there, just on the side of the Atlantic.
He's going
Boulevard.
up the bridge. He's wobbly.
Yeah,
he's wobbly. No, he's down. He's down.
Yeah, he's down. We need a medic. Medic at marker 7.2, please.
Shades a shout out to Phil Amato. Phil Amato once went man down.
Yeah, when I do go man down, it will. I won't do it because Amato did it because he went Rudy the Rabbit and he went out too fast. That's not going to be
a problem.
Yeah, I'm going to have to count on my guy. And Pepper, I feel so bad for Pep.
Why is that?
Because he's going to have me, honestly, for like 20 minutes, and then I'm going to have to tell him to go on.
Go on, without me. Finish.
I mean, Pepper
finish.
And he doesn't exactly have like this huge. He's going to jog the first mile, and then he's going to run 4/10, walk 1/10, run 4/10, walk 1/10. I'm not going to be able to do that for 9 miles, friend.
No.
This is cardio wise. The body will be fine until the next day. But anyway.
And you better than me because I bump it. I'm just here for the party.
Yeah.
Where's the beer?
Yeah, I'm going to try and avoid that.
Where's the beer?
But I say that, I might change my mind. Maybe I better do the old trick and throw like a 40 spot in my shoe just in case. Huh? Or throw, I guess, a card. Throw a card.
What time does the race begin?
That's a good question. I believe it's at 8, which is old.
It feels like 8.
That's late for me, Dan. I was hoping it started at 6:30. Could I go down with this be like? Can I go down and just start it at like 7?
Let them catch up to you?
Yeah, and get ahead. If I start at 7, they'd still beat me, E.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They can start at 8. I can start at 7, and the winners would pass me.
So, what are we looking at? 3 hours?
Yeah, I think so. I don't want. Listen, if
there's gonna be a lot of people left on the track after that.
If it's 3 hours, if you walk the average pace of 3 miles, it would take a little over 3 hours. I'm going to jog some, and I think I'll walk a little. I can't. If it's 3 hours, I'll be embarrassed. That's just a leisurely walk. I mean, I'm not trying to win the race here, but I'm also not trying to
win this race.
I'd like to get done so I can get out of there, quite frankly. Every 20, if I 15 minutes done earlier, that's 15 minutes home. I have no idea where to park or anything. What am I even doing tomorrow?
better get up early and go down there.
Because, that traffic going to be crazy.
Where do you park, though? I
have no clue.
Well, that's one thing I can do. I can go down there real early, but then you know what I'll do? I'll sit in the car and my back will get stiff. It's just a disaster.
It's going to be a tough day.
We'll be fine. I plan on winning the race tomorrow, making history from the back of the pack.
Yeah.
Where did this guy come from?
There's a map.
I'd like to see you do that. I'd like to see you take
parking
off.
map. They put you in one of those garages, maybe. Can I go over there to the garage by the arena? Is that what we're doing?
You got to walk a whole extra mile. Where does it start?
I think it starts next to. Does it not start next to the stadium?
I don't know if it does anymore.
I don't know either.
Could start someplace else.
I think you can get in the VIP parking area, Jeff.
Huh?
There's a VIP parking area. I think you'll be fine. Hey, I'm here for the race. I think you'll get in fine.
I'm going to win this race.
We're sending you this info.
I'm going to win this race.
River Run, 9.3 miles, a monster. See what he's able to do here. Jeff Prosser. We talked a lot today about the Jaguars and the draft, and we've kind of kicked a lot of different things around, threw out a bunch of names. By the way, also from Nick De La Torre, the Gators adding former UF linebacker David Reese to the coaching staff because they need another guy. He will be a quality control coach with the edge rushers, QC coach with the edge rushers. David Reese, former team captain, 3-year starter.
Struck a nerve of Dick Trickle.
Yeah.
From the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. My wife's grandpa's name was Richard Tickler. He would introduce himself every time, as he should.
What is it now?
His wife's grandpa's name was Richard Tickler. And so you bet he would introduce himself as Dick every time. It's a name, folks.
Shedeur Sanders, quote, we went from Jackson State to Colorado and changed 2 programs back to back. You don't think I could come to an NFL franchise and change a program again? It's history. It's always going to repeat itself.
Yeah, I don't know. A niece in Florida would say that about Tebow. I mean, seriously, though. Those 2 things have nothing to do with each other.
No.
And by the way, it's not looked on as some ever-changing, crazy impact to go to Colorado and go 8-4. I mean, I know that they set a low bar out there, but for these dudes to go out there, be there 2 years, have the Heisman Trophy winner and a first-round quarterback, and crow about 8-4 seems a little much to me.
Think it's a little much?
Well, you're there in year 2. It's not like you won. Arizona State and Scattaboo won the Big 12.
Right.
I mean, so let's don't play like what change? What are you talking about? You went 8-4. Congratulations. Michael Westbrook just called and said they'd boo him if they went 8-4.
Oh dear.
So again, they were from the standpoint that they were terrible 0-12, but there is no major college football team that's 0-12 for
13-12 over the 2 years.
Right. That's not. I mean, okay. What really? That's dramatic change. Is the program in this great shape you left it in?
It'll be an interesting year for Colorado. Can they maintain that 9-4, or do they step back? Because they were 1-8 in conference that first year. Remember that? Remember they won all those first games? It's like 3-0, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, when he beat TCU in the opener, which was more than anything, that was proof that the preseason rankings are very, very, can be.
They were coming off
tricky.
1-11, so he went 1-11,
for
4-8,
sure.
9-4. So that's
they
a
did
good
turn it
trajectory.
around, but it's not like that's not those. You didn't do anything super special.
No. Colorado once went in 94, 95, and 96. They went 11-1, 10-2, and 10-2. That was pretty good.
Yeah, they've had a lot of good years at Colorado. That's the one thing to remember. There have been more than one coach. McCartney won there. Then was it Hawkins? Who else won there?
Oh, and Neuheisel came, and
he was okay.
It was 10-2 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Then he
so
slipped.
yeah.
Yeah. I guess he won with McCartney's players. It's kind of what it looks like. Because then he went 5-6, 8-4, 7.
Okay. But nonetheless.
He was gone. And Gary Barnett came in. He had a 10-3er. And then Dan Hawkins, the Hawk, came in. Hawk couldn't get it going. John Embry, you forget about Mike McIntyre. Mel Tucker was 5-7 in one season in Colorado.
Oh, yeah, you forget about him,
Shout
too.
out Mel Tucker. Where are they now? Mel Tucker. Crazy. All right, let's do this. We grab a break. We got to move.
Oh,
Got to
yeah.
make a start for home next on The Drill.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
The world will be watching Ponte Vedra.
And the Scheffler victory train just keeps on rolling.
Get live Southeast Orthopedic Specialist leaderboard updates.
Teed up by Roundtree Sauce
Surfside Pools
and Performance Painting.
on 1010XL.
This is Daytona, the awe-inspiring spectacle of Supercross, and the most challenging course to witness the air-catching, adrenaline-pumping, heart-pounding action unlike any other race in Florida. Daytona Supercross. The biggest names battle it out under the lights at the World Center of Racing. Don't miss it. The gate drops Saturday, March 1st. Secure your tickets and trackside access today at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Don't miss the Players' Championship, March 11th through 16th at TPC Sawgrass. This can't-miss event features a variety of activities for every fan to enjoy, from delicious bites to the Sawgrass Splash. There are endless fan enhancements that will make for a memorable experience. Plus, watch the top PGA Tour players, including back-to-back champion Scotty Scheffler, take on the iconic stadium course featuring the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
Winter is almost over, and the Epic Florida heat is on its way. You need reliable air conditioning. Epic Cool Heating and Air is here. Take advantage of the Epic Gold membership program and use one of your 2 yearly tests of your entire AC system. You know it's going to be epically hot, so be epically prepared. Plus, no interest financing for 18 months. That's epic. Visit EpicHVACService.com today and trust the experts at Epic Cool Heating and Air to stay epically cool. That's EpicHVACService.com.
Yo, this is Tony from Tony D's. Are you looking for a great slice of pizza? Well, we have about 12 varieties. Most places won't have slices of pizza after lunch. At Tony D's, you can get a slice all day. It's always fresh at Tony D's Pizza. Bay Meadows and 295.
Hi, I'm Battalion Chief Brian Mitzel, and this is K9 Garrett. St. Johns County Fire Rescue is proud to partner with the Players Championship to provide public safety and life-saving services here in Northeast Florida. It's 11 days until the Players.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On February 28, 1967, Philadelphia 76ers center Wilt Chamberlain's streak of 35 consecutive field goals ended in a win over the Cincinnati Royals.
Mia O'Brien here for Pro Jacks Roofing. Here at the Superstation, we talk a lot about pros. Pro football, pro baseball, pro basketball, pro sports. But if you want a true pro when it comes to your roof, you should call Mike with Pro Jacks Roofing. Mike's been in the roofing biz for well over 25 years, and when you call, you don't get a recording, you get Mike himself. Find Mike's cell on ProJacksRoofingFL.com. That's ProJacksRoofingFL.com. Don't rely on the third string option. Call in the starter with Mike at Pro Jacks Roofing.
Hey, Hicken here, or just call me Dreamfinders Danny. For a limited time to ring in the new year, Dreamfinders Homes is offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down that rate and get in the game. You heard me right. It's 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details.
At Cannons of Jacksonville, they know that when you're towing anything, you gotta have products you can rely on. With over 50 years of fabrication expertise, the family at Cannons can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Whether it's a heavy-duty hitch, trailer frame, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons will provide you with unmatched precision and durability. For all your towing needs, visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. If you're dreaming of putting in a pool this year, choosing the right company is the most important decision you'll make. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build my pool, renovate my pool, and maintain my pool. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and they're still family owned. Call them today at 904-269-7277 or find them online at StanleyPoolsFL.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
If you're ready to transform your yard with a fence that stands out, elevate your curb appeal with Superior Fence and Rail. Superior takes pride in offering first-class service, friendly installers, and unmatched fence products. Mention this ad and get $250 off your next project. It's time to get off the fence and call today.
When you're on the fence, about the fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the Cool Down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
Time to cool down with a little deer drill. Nothing better.
All right, this is where we do our best to give you some level-headed advice. We know you got some situations out there. If you write in, you are at the bottom of the barrel, so you got to accept what we're saying. Like, don't get in your feelings. We have people get in their feelings. There's been threats issued against some of our advice. We're not having it.
Yes.
Don't come firing back now. Hey, I tried what you said, and now my life sucks. Well,
yeah.
Your life sucked because you had to ask us a question, okay? Yeah. Let's start there.
No, that's fair. Dear Drill, E, if you don't mind, sir. I have two sisters. Our mother passed away last year after a bad fall. I was her primary caretaker. I was with her every day. The other two sisters were not speaking to her, which hurt her deeply. She had dementia, but still missed them and would talk about them often. It was very sad. When Mom died, my older sister wouldn't tell her goodbye. She didn't attend the funeral and said to everyone who would listen that she was not sad. My younger sister arrived late for the funeral. Afterward, they attacked me, screaming, cursing. They were angry over small things like the fact that I used my older sister's maiden name in a draft of Mom's obituary. In a draft. I cut them off and have stopped speaking to them and the rest of the family. I want no details about my life getting back to them, giving them reason to attack me again. The problem is my entire family is now gone. I'm very sad. Not only did I lose my mom, but everyone else as well. Should I approach them?
Well, make up your mind, hon. Mm-hmm. I mean, you just spent the first 3/4 of the letter making the argument that of how toxic and bad for you these people are. So, yeah, no, the answer is 100% no, you shouldn't. Here's an idea. Go get involved in something. You definitely need some friends. Whether you find them in some virtual world or at church or at the bingo club, you know, you got to get out and express. But it doesn't sound like you had a whole lot of family to begin with. You had a mom who had dementia, and you had sisters who are evil. It dang near sounds like. So there's more here than meets the letter E. You know, this is a lot further along than you could probably completely contemplate. But no, I would not go back to, that's like the milk spoiled. Let's put it in the fridge for a year and then try it again. Nope, it's spoiled.
Well, first things first, I hope you went and saw our folks, Maddie Henson, because don't let the state decide their fate.
Amen.
So if that's the case, you got to figure out where you are in the totem pole.
I thought we were headed there at first. Like there was some sort of, but despite all that, they got the same thing I did. And I was like, well, nothing you can do.
So that's what I'm saying. You got to figure out where you at in regards to that. If you're the head of the totem pole, you ain't got nothing to worry about. However, if they're the ones that's handling all that, I suggest you go make amends with your sisters and them.
All right. Different opinions. Dear Drill, I've been married for 52 years. While looking for a tax document, I found a manila envelope that had a note written on the outside. It said, quote, if something happens to me, please destroy this. I don't want to hurt anyone, end quote.
Okay, what now? Can I say, okay, I don't know how this story ends.
Yeah.
But you don't leave something for someone to find, asking them to get rid of it so it won't be found. So no matter where this story goes, whoever left this is certified moron.
Yeah.
Of course,
right?
I opened the envelope and
Who are you again? I'm sorry. You're who? You're just somebody who found it.
I've been married for 52 years. While looking for a tax document, I found an envelope that had a note written on the outside. It said, if something happens to me, please destroy this because I don't want to hurt anyone. I opened the envelope and found nude pictures of my husband and another woman taken 30 years ago. When I confronted my husband, he said it happened a long time ago and it's my fault for opening the envelope. He never apologized, and I don't want to be intimate with him anymore. I need advice on how to get past this.
Well, thankfully, you've been married 52 years. I don't know how much fun intimacy still is. Shout out to all y'all still in those throes. Your husband's a scumbag, lady. I mean, so you have my permission to do. You don't want to be intimate with him? No wonder. What kind of moron? First cheats, keeps pictures, and then this is like E.T. They went third level FBI on his phone with some deep dive through the technology. The moron put it all in an envelope and basically said, hey, look at this.
Right. Why do you still have it?
What was the point of ever putting it? It was to hurt her, wasn't it? If you left that for her, she's going to see it when you die. You're a scumbag. Lady, you're married to a 100% scumbag. Leave him right now. Yeah, right now.
I gotta agree, because he was leaving that for you to find.
Yeah, he's a scumbag.
He was trying to hurt you while he was dead. So what you need to do, Queen, hurt him while he's alive.
Oh.
So you go create you what they call OnlyFans.
Yeah, she's 52 years, buddy. I don't know where you're sending that.
Martha,
Cocoon?
There's somebody for everybody.
Dear Drill, can we get Jeff some Prozac or sugar to sweeten him up? Oh, yeah, sure. We probably. They tried. It doesn't work. I eat plenty of both.
Got one last one real quick. Dear Drill is out to dinner. A father and his two sons were seated at the table next to ours. Boys were about 10 and 6. As soon as they sat down, the father began berating the 10-year-old's performance at a sporting event. Called him worthless and a piece of dog poop.
Oh, gosh, that was me. My
It
bad.
continued throughout the entire meal. I felt bad for the boy. Was horrified at the way the father was treating him. I wanted to take the father aside, but I didn't know if it would make him abuse his son even more. What advice do you have for situations like this?
Mind your business.
Yeah, but the advice is you feel sorry for the kid and you say, God, you know what I do in those situations, honestly? I give an Irish whisper commentary on the dude. I'm not actually talking to him, but
you're talking to him. Yeah.
I said, honey, let's go. I can't stand to hear some asshole talk to his kid.
I'm about to punch somebody in the face.
Hey, you got to bleep that for me, buddy. Did you bleep that for me, E? Did you beep that for me?
Let's go.
Holy cow.
Enjoy that on the app.
Right?
Enjoy that on the app.
That's the only place you
Nasty.
can get it.
9 o'clock.
I think I could probably get away with that, couldn't I?
I don't see why not.
I don't know if that gets you censored anymore.
It's already gone.
On some programs. Call the guy an a-hole, gang. That's what happened.
That's Dear Drill. Get us out of here, E.
That's annoying.
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating
God for
and
that
Cooling.
dump button.
Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. Find the coolest cats in town at coolcatsjacks.com.
Morning, Tone.
It was definitely one of Carlin's words. I don't know if it's still on the list, but it was.
I don't think Carlin's list got pared down a few years ago.
No doubt about it.
I do know one thing. They say worse words on the radio.
Sure.
Yeah, we have today involving a NASCAR driver.
Dan, what's your favorite show?
He had a moment, didn't he?
My favorite show is Schitt's Creek.
Oh, there you go. Now we're off the
There it is.
What do we got coming up today?
We'll have Tommy Mack in with us as we do each Friday, and we'll continue to react to the NFL Combine and whatever way people want to react to, the Underwear Olympics up there in Indianapolis.
Yes, sir.
But, we'll get into all of that, the Mason Graham tape measure madness. We'll react to that on the show today as well. Our question of the day today asking, what is the most that you would be willing to give up in a trade for Green Bay cornerback Jair Alexander? Your options in the poll: 2nd-round pick, 3rd-round pick, 4th to 7th-round picks.
Okay.
If you'd be willing to or not interested in trading for Jair Alexander.
Okay.
And we'll check in with Demetrius Harvey, who's up at the Combine in the 11 o'clock hour.
The one thing that happens here with these trades, and they always involve a better player, but you now you're throwing your salary, your salary schedule off, right? Because you're probably not planning to do that.
Here's the problem with this for Jags fans, Tone. We have been so conditioned with bad drafts that, hell yeah, I'd trade a 4th and a 5th and a 6th for Jair Alexander. But hopefully the new GM is much better at evaluating talent and can pick really good young cap-friendly players with 4th and 5th and 6th round picks.
That's
what
the
it's
idea,
supposed to be.
right? Like, especially at corner. I think it's different. We talked about this. I did with D-Rock yesterday on the show. I don't think the Jags are in a particularly bad spot.
Right.
If you go into free agency saying we need to add a starting safety. Big deal.
Right.
Right? Like, that's how I look at that. We need to add a starting guard. I don't think money-wise that's a big deal. It's hard to find guards that actually become available in free agency. Safety, not so much. Corner, by the way, not so much. You'll be able to go take a pick basically at a bunch of different corners that are starting caliber players that'll be available in free agency. If you're willing to spend what you would have spent on a player like that, a corner that's just available in free agency, and say, I'm willing to pay a bit of a premium to get Jair Alexander, right? And if you look at it that way, it's not that much of a step beyond. It's how comfortable are you with the injury history on a guy like Jair.
Good point.
And where exactly is he at in his career? It's why he's available at all. Like, Green Bay is willing to even take the call right now is because they're at that point.
Fair sidebar, too, is that some of these names that crop up, you take extra interest because our defensive coordinator's from where? Green Bay. He's going to certainly know Jair Alexander, what he brings to the table.
Yeah.
And I do have good news. All right, Jaguars Day's coming up next week.
Yep.
Good news. I do have George Carlin's 7 words in front of me, and mine wasn't one of them.
Well, that's good to know.
The Creek is, but again, that's different because it's actually a TV show. All right, that'll do it for a GFL Friday.